What's up, guys? I'm playing drums for the Montoya Machine Saturday, July 19th at the Amsterdam Bar and Hall in St. Paul, Minnesota. We're playing with the Modern Era, Via, and the Failsafe. Tickets are $20 at the door, $16 in advance. There's a link for tickets in the description of this video. Show starts at 7 o'clock sharp. We open the show. Be there early. Those are the fans that bring more fans.
Yeah.
You got to check this band out. You got to check the, because finding those type of fans that aren't also musicians, those are rare.
Yeah.
Where they're just like super into music. And honestly, it's kind of weird. Like, think about this. We all know one or two guys that are super into music, have zero musical talent.
Oh, for sure.
And it's kind of weird sometimes. Like, sometimes it's even awkward and uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Because they'll talk to you like they know more than you.
Yeah.
And you're the musician. But they're like, no, but I'm like, this is my thing.
Yeah.
I'm a fan. I'm a music fan. Like, this is my thing. I'm
Yeah.
into barbecue and meat during the day, and then music.
You just
And they go
described
to-
my buddy Kenny.
And they go to every concert there, and they bring fans. They're like, you got to check out this band. You got to check out this band.
Yeah.
But those guys, I think, are legitimately like 1 in a million.
Yeah.
And they're definitely probably autistic. No, seriously, I think that's why those conversations get so awkward and weird. We're good? We're rolling? Welcome, boys. It looks like we're not frozen. It looks like we're streaming. Hopefully we don't need to look anything up or pull anything up tonight, because for some reason the computer is freezing over and over and over and over and over again. So
fingers crossed.
I'm looking forward to this weekend. July 19th, we are playing a show together.
Yes, indeed.
Oh, yeah.
Amsterdam Bar. I appreciate you guys having us on the bill.
Yeah.
This will be our last show that we open. We will not be doing this anymore.
Good.
We're already outdrawing some people that we play with, and it just doesn't make sense for us to keep playing. We're also old. Like, we're not a new band. Yeah, we're a new band, but we're not new.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like we did it for a while. We'll show the respect. You know, we'll open up for everybody in town, you know, once, basically. We've already been doing this for almost a year now. So September we're gonna headline our first gig.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
You have it booked?
Yeah, we're doing Day Block.
Oh, no shit.
Yep, we're going back down to Day Block. We're
Nice.
gonna headline. I want to play the smallest rooms possible. I don't like big rooms. That's why I'm kind of actually stoked about this Amsterdam thing, because I heard they can cut that room in half.
Yeah, they have
Yeah.
like a divider thing.
Yeah, that's what more venues need to do, is big, heavy, play level, opera level curtains, sound dampening curtains. Cut your room in half, force everybody to be in a tighter area, raise the literal temperature in the room.
Yeah.
So people are thirstier because they're sweating, right? They drink more. And when they drink more, they have more fun.
Oh, yeah.
When they have more fun, it's a better vibe. When it's a better vibe, the bands play better. When the bands play better, they sell more merch. When they sell more merch, everybody wins. Like, that's the goal. But you put 300 people in a room that holds 800,
Not
God
good.
damn, is it awkward.
Yeah.
You know? You put 50 people in a room that holds 300, fucking awkward. You know what I really want to do is I want to start booking shows at the Pillar in Northeast. Have you been there?
I have not.
No.
It's the tiniest fucking room in town. If you put 50 people in that room, it's packed.
You
Packed.
ever played the Garage's side stage?
Yeah. Yep. It's like that.
Like that? Okay.
Yep,
Yeah.
Yep. Yep. It's exactly like that. Yep. But sounds better.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm stoked, dude. This Saturday, boys. Welcome back to the podcast.
Thank you,
Chad,
sir.
this is your first time here.
First time popping my cherry.
Yeah. No longer a Jared Singer virgin
Bro.
in one way.
Bro, I don't know why you had to say it that way, dog.
I don't know. Maybe it'll be another way tonight, depending on how this goes.
Nope. Won't be.
No. Pretty sure that's a big fat no.
Nope. You'll still be a virgin now.
Thank God.
Well, I don't know if you are a virgin, but I won't be changing that. Whatever your current butthole status is, it will remain whatever it is now.
An exit
Virgin,
only.
non-virgin, I don't even want to know. Oh my God. So what you guys been up to, man?
Getting ready for the show. Working.
We've been
What's your getting ready for the show look like? Like the week or two leading up to a show when you're not touring or playing every weekend, or when you're taking a little time off, coming back.
Yeah. No good.
Yeah, we just been practicing, which is we started practicing twice a week for the last month or so, and just 2 times more than we normally practice. So
Yeah.
I
mean, I'll usually head down there at least a week or two before I know me and Kyle are going to get together and just try to work out the parts, and then me and Kyle will get together 2 times a week for about 2 to 3 weeks before the show. And then obviously Jesse practices over, in his place, and then same with Devin. And then we'll just get together once.
Devin's down there with him, right?
Yeah, he
in
lives in South Carolina also.
Yeah, well, they were living together. He recently moved out and got his own place with his woman. But this is going to be our last run of shows with Devin because he's leaving the band. So.
Oh no!
Yeah.
You got a kid coming or something?
Not that we know of.
It's
Got
just
a good job coming?
more creative differences, I think, than anything else.
Oh.
But
what does that mean?
It's a cop out.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
What does it mean? What
Well,
does it
I mean,
not to be specific with you guys, but
in
that
this
is the
case,
most abstract.
Yeah. In this case, it actually there are creative differences.
Yeah.
So
that
are we
contributed
talking
to-
are we talking like Van Halen level creative differences where it's like David Lee Roth doesn't like keyboards, Eddie Van Halen is like we have to use keyboards because it's the 80s now, that kind of shit?
Let's just say he kind of disagrees with our current direction that we're going.
What are you guys doing? You going?
So we've
getting
been
even
working with a
gayer?
new producer. We've been working with a new producer. His name's Dusty Bowles. Yeah.
That does not sound like a real name.
Well, Dustin Bowles, I guess, is his government name, but he goes by Dusty. It's fucking he's done some great stuff. Like he hasn't worked with a lot of huge artists, I guess. Well, actually, he's been working on the new Static X record, so that's kind of like a big new project.
I think you told
for
me
him.
about this.
Yeah. And then we actually met him when we were out on tour with Drowning Pool last October. He produced one of the other bands on that tour, which is A Killer's Confession, which is sort of a spin-off from Mushroom Head. One of their old lead vocalists left Mushroom Head, started his own new band, and Dusty did their most recent record, which is great. It's called Victim 1.
Well, they're coming out with Victim 2, aren't they, here in a little bit?
Probably, yeah. Victim. Yeah, their whole shtick is that he's like a fucking vigilante, super anti-hero guy who kills pedophiles.
Yeah, they have shirts that say "Save a kid, kill a pedophile."
Yeah.
That's their war cry.
Oh Jesus Christ!
Anyway, that's how we met him. And the reason we wanted to work with him is because he just really, he wanted to get more involved with our project than just helping us crank out songs, which is sort of the experience we've had with producers in the past.
What do you mean? So they hey, let's do a single or let's do
it's
3
basically
songs or
you just have a contract to do a certain number of songs, and that's the extent of your relationship, basically. But Dusty, he's like, no, I'm going to help you guys with your art direction. I'm going to help you build a whole record and a whole new sound design, and then we're going to go try to pitch this to labels once it's ready. And
It's almost like a managerial role, almost.
Yeah.
Better have 100,000 followers. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
Well, we're working on that, but I mean, that's basically, we haven't had somebody with industry connections in our corner in the past. And so we've been working with him basically for the last 6 months or so.
Sweet.
And the 3 of us have been happy with how it's going, but Devin, he just hasn't been feeling the new musical direction. So that was a big reason why he decided to step away.
Sure.
Yep.
So I got to ask you a question, because I know you did most of the production and stuff leading up to this. And be honest.
Yeah.
So when you meet somebody like that, right, there's stages of the ego and how it handles this scenario, right?
Yeah.
There is at least a moment where you're like, well, fuck, man. I want to be the man. I wanted to be the one who, did all this for the band. but then there has to be another part of you that's like kind of relieved because it's a lot of fucking work, and you get to just hand that over to somebody else now. What was that like for you? Like kind of being like, well, apparently I'm not good enough. Because I'm not saying you're not, but like this goes through your head. You're like, well, fuck, man. Because it happens with managers too, right? Like you get a manager, he brings your band up from the local scene, you start popping, but then if you really want to go big time, you got to fire the little guy, and you got to get a real manager. Not to say you're not a real producer, but it's a similar trade-off.
Yeah.
How did you handle that? Were you relieved? Were you frustrated? Were you a little disappointed? Are you excited to learn something from this guy? Is it, walk me through that.
Yeah,
from your perspective.
All the above. I guess I had that initial moment of like jealousy and just kind of questioning my role in the band when we did the first time we outsourced with a producer, when we worked with Sahaj. Because I was kind of like, man, like, what do I do now? I kind of felt like a lost identity almost. But then after we went through that process, it was like an ego check. It's like, you know what? I'm good, but there's people out there that are better. And if we want to be better, then we have to work with better people. We reached the cap of what I could do and what I could do on my own. So was it a struggle in the beginning part? Yeah, but ever since then, I've been like, no, these guys are better than me. Let's do it. It's only going to make us better, and I will learn from the process. I mean, I've become...
Now, was that an easy, quick... thought process, or did it take you a couple days or even a couple of weeks?
No, it probably took a couple of weeks just to be like, but then once I started hearing what they were doing and watching what they were doing and be like, oh shit, I didn't think of that. Oh shit, that's like a way better idea. And realizing that that's why these guys do this for a living.
Right.
It was kind of like, okay.
I've talked about that on the podcast a lot.
Yeah.
Every single thing that has a name and a job title in the music industry is an entire profession.
Yeah.
Like engineer. What is an engineer? Well, that's the guy who fucking literally makes the studio actually run.
Yeah.
Right? He picks the mics, the cables, he actually gets everything set up and running. What is a producer? That's somebody who comes in with creative ideas that helps you produce your idea on a record.
Yeah.
Like he takes your idea and manifests it into a thing on record, and he'll be like, hey, let's try this, let's change the key, let's add in this, let's go a different direction here, let's try this, do more of that, do less of that, we need a different drummer, this guy's not kicking it, he can stay in the band, but we're going to bring in a different guy to fix these drums.
Yeah.
I mean, even fucking everybody did that back in the day. The beat from, I think Led Zeppelin's in Metallica's like, maybe Van Halen are like the only ones that didn't.
Yeah.
Everybody else fucking did. That's where fucking Bernard Purdy really made his real bread and butter in the industry.
Oh,
he's on one of those Beatles records.
Yeah.
Because fucking Ringo wrote it but couldn't fucking record it, so they brought in Bernard to fix it. Like, that's insane.
Yeah.
That's crazy. But what I'm getting at is every single one of these guys has dedicated their entire life to just being the best they can be at that one thing. So I warn bands to try to not do it all yourselves.
Yeah.
Don't try to do all your own artwork. Don't try to record all your own albums. Don't try to do everything yourselves, because if you're really trying to be truly pros, 100% of your time should be practicing your instrument and writing songs with your guys from your instrument, including, tell me if you think I'm crazy about this, but I think we should also be careful as musicians of critiquing, criticizing, and rewriting other people's parts in the band too. And this is something I learned over multiple bands.
Yeah.
And I kind of got it from Metallica a little bit too, which is like, the more I worry about his guitar parts or your drums is energy and time I could be focused on making my own parts better. Now, if what you're writing sucks, then I'm going to be like, yo, that I'm not feeling that part.
Yeah.
Like, that's not a good idea. But if you're like, no, this is the part, I should trust you and respect you enough. That's why we're in a band together. That's your level of expertise. Fine. Okay.
Yeah, I think it also depends.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think it also depends on the musicians that you're writing with too.
Mm-hmm.
Like if they have the wherewithal to understand how their instrument and what they're writing fits into the song. Because I've also been in bands where they're just like, oh, I'm a guitar player and I'm only a guitar player and I only think about guitars and I don't think about the song. That, that gets a little rough sometimes. But like, if they understand their role in the song then I think it's
Right.
great. Then you just let them
Right.
do their thing.
Right.
You know.
Maddie, our guitar player, is great at that.
Yeah.
Now he carries the whole thing because there's one guitar player, kind of like you do, right? But yeah, you're just kind of like, yeah, that's good, or hey, I like what you did last time better.
Yeah.
Because they're good enough, and you trust them enough to just kind of like nudge them every once in a while.
I think there's maybe been like 2 things ever that I was like, Kyle, I'm not sure about this, and even still, I don't even think I even like once I heard it again or explained where it was going, I was like, oh, yeah, okay. Like I trust Kyle wholeheartedly with what he writes and what he does. You know.
For me, it was always a flip. So like, I would not like a part, but somebody in the band would be like, no, this is legit, we're keeping it, and I'd be like, all right, fucking fine. You know, and then I'd just do my best to write my part. You know, this is what I think sounds cool.
Yeah.
Hate this part, hate this song, whatever, got outvoted. But then like, it usually happens like 6 months later, I'm like, I fucking love that part now. Or I love that fucking song now.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I'm so glad I got outvoted. For me, it's never a thing right away. It's usually I like give in reluctantly, and then several months later, I'm like, wow, this grew on me. This was a great idea. Like, I'm really glad somebody actually fought for that, because I wouldn't have allowed this in if it were up to me, you know, to just dictate and make decisions. I wouldn't have allowed that in.
Yeah.
And I was wrong.
No,
But I wasn't in that guy's head. I didn't hear or see what he heard or saw.
Yeah, there's a couple songs.
That's what I love about collaborating.
Oh yeah, there's a couple songs in our original record where like there were some drum patterns where I was like, I don't know, and I'd suggest something else. Like, no, just trust us to stick with this. And now they're like some of my favorite ones to play and ones that I love the most. And it's just kind of like, I'm glad I didn't try to be a dick and just get my way to get my way.
Yeah, and that's one of the lessons I've learned the most is just like, I don't always see the vision. I don't always hear it. So just like trust these guys. They're here for a reason too.
Yeah.
And most of the time, I end up being proven wrong. Like, most of the time.
I think that's why it's very beneficial with both Jesse and Caio is that they're big box thinkers in terms of the song. You know, they are able to look at it from a producer standpoint and not just an instrument standpoint.
Yeah, because you basically write all the riffs, right? I mean, Jesse writes some.
Yeah, I mean, we kind of go back and forth. Like, now working with different producers, it's more of like a back and forth. Like, he'll come up with some shit, I'll come up with some shit, and there's like a marriage in the middle, you know, kind of. But
because I remember I asked Jesse that exact question, and he goes, well, like, I don't play guitar much live anymore, but he goes, basically, I'll come up with some ideas or riffs, and I'll give them to Caio, and he just makes them better. Like, he just plays them better, he makes them better, and then we just take it and run from there.
Well, yeah, that, like, in the past when we were all totally self-produced, yeah, it was like a lot of, either I would just write the riff, or like Chad would just have like a chord progression, or Jesse would, and then I would turn it into a riff, kind of. So
I like it.
Or they'd be like, I need some cool guitar here, and then I would insert the cool guitar.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've always been a pretty cohesive writing unit, and no one's really had an ego over anything, which has been super nice with this, you know, the three of us. But it was definitely interesting starting to work with going that producer route. I mean, did you struggle at all going like, man, I'm used to kind of writing these riffs, and then going from like that to having like a producer help out with the writing of the guitar parts and stuff like that?
That was going to be basically my next question is,
yeah,
did you go through a similar process?
I don't know. I mean, because it's...
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, especially when we worked with Andrew Bayless, that was kind of like the first producer we worked with was Sahaj Tikatin of the band Ra, and he's also produced like Starset and Breaking Benjamin and Nothing More, other huge bands like that. But yeah, his process was more like we brought him a song that we'd already thought was done, and he's like, here's all the parts that are good, and here's what needs work. And then I'd had like a main riff for that song, and it was like overly technical, I guess you could say. And he's like, this would be a good riff if you just deleted every other note in it.
I think we had this exact conversation last time you were on the podcast.
Yeah. So that was like the first thing. But then when we worked with Bayless, basically we showed up the first day, and he's like, I already got the chorus for the song written that we're doing. And he's like, I'm gonna look at your demos, and then we're gonna just insert in the shit that works for the song. And then I'll fill in the gaps with some other shit. And like, he would like play like a riff and be like, yeah, I think that's good. And then I'd be like, oh, what if we did it like this way? It's like, no, if we did it that way, it wouldn't transition right and stuff like that. So it's just like, kind of just trying to stay humble and learn what I can from guys that, have done way more fucking songs on a way higher level than we have. So
it's kind of like going from like you're like the kick-ass pickup basketball star to playing on a real team with a coach.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, you were the big fish in the small pond, and now you're in the ocean, and you're just a minnow compared to what's out there. Yeah. I feel that I've experienced that a few different times, especially in like sports situations where it's like, oh, this is a whole different level. Yeah. Like I thought I like knew what I was doing. I realized I'm not even a beginner yet. I was a fucking apprentice. Like especially in the sports thing. Like again, every single title is a guy who that's his entire life is that one thing. And I don't think most people realize how deep each profession can go. Oh. Like everything is an expertise. And you can't be an expert at everything.
No, and watching a true professional work is amazing.
How many I think you can be an expert at 2, maybe 3 things. Tops, period.
Yeah.
You agree with that number? 2, maybe 3. Most people 1.
Yeah, but in terms of that same level of intensity, because the brain can only handle so much knowledge and things. So I'd say 2 to 3, yeah.
Yeah, and they usually those 2 or 3 things are directly related to one another.
Yeah,
like it's a kind of a
engineer, guitar player, drummer, mathematician. I don't know. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah, or even like an electrical engineer could easily be an expert at not just electrical engineering in its simplest craft, or in its most basic rudiment. You could also be an expert at literally building computers and wiring a house. Yeah. You could because once you're a true expert at this one thing, you have like complementary expertise in related fields. That's what I was trying to say.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like, how many people are actually expert drummers and an expert guitar player? Even they will tell you they're way better at one than the other.
Oh, for sure.
Because I don't think Prince was actually that great of a drummer. He's very, 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 very good. Probably still elite, but nowhere near as good of a guitar player as he was.
No. His guitar playing was just... I still think he was probably one of the more underrated guitar players out there, period. I'm sure you've seen when they covered the Beatles song, While My Guitar Gently Weeps.
Oh, yeah. He just ripped
that fucking solo.
He just clowns everybody off the stage. Like, everybody else, goes out there and it's, really good. And then he shows up, and then everyone else, okay, retrospectively, you're a C+ now. Because the bar has been raised. Your B+, A- performance is no longer an A-. It's a C+.
That's what hooked me on Prince. Because before I thought, his songs are okay. I wasn't, into, it didn't hook me until I saw that solo. Yeah. And then I was like, oh, shit. This dude's, next level. And I still think his songs don't reflect his musicianship. I think he's a better musician than what his songs showcase.
Yep, I agree. I especially vocally. I actually don't think he's a good vocalist, at all. Yeah. I think he's super average as a vocalist.
Yeah.
He wrote some catchy songs, but I was never really into it. There's a couple songs I like a little bit more than some other ones, but...
That Super Bowl performance, though, playing Purple Rain in the rain...
Right.
Fucking iconic.
He's one of the greatest performers of all time, if not the greatest performer of all time. Yeah. And when I talk to a lot of guitar players, and we have that Mount Rushmore greatest of all time argument, many, many times, including with metal musicians, they will bring up Prince.
Yeah.
The cliches are guys like Eddie and Jimmy. Those are cliches that get brought up by me and everybody else. But then every once in a while, somebody a real, real good guitar player be like, don't forget about Prince, dog. Yeah. Prince might be the best of them all. And then that video that you're referencing is exactly what they knew all along.
Yeah.
Because people have been seeing him do shit like that for years.
Yeah.
That was the first one that really got captured on the internet that he didn't have control over, because he shut all that shit down.
Yeah, he hated the fucking internet.
Which he shouldn't have. That was a very bad, very short-sighted move on his behalf.
Oh,
well, I mean, there's still fucking Garth Brooks still doesn't have shit on Spotify. Like,
Yeah. Well, it's funny though because I know a couple engineering friends.
That's a little different to me.
Yeah.
That's a little different to me.
he's like, if you like my music, you can buy the CD.
I kind of like that.
That's kind of a baller move.
The
Well, I
rest of us
mean,
can't
like,
get away with
obviously,
that.
from his privileged fucking position as Garth Brooks, the fucking godfather of country, like,
I mean, he
can
earned
do
that,
that.
though. He earned that, though.
I've seen Garth Brooks.
Yeah.
He puts on a
It
hell
is
of
a
show.
privilege, but he earned that
Yeah.
privilege.
Yeah.
You are right, though. It is a privilege.
Yeah.
Most people throw that word around way too loosely nowadays.
Yeah.
Oh, you're that in I'm like, that is not a privilege. That's just the way it's supposed to be, bro.
Yeah.
like, if you're not getting that, your rights are being violated. That is not a fucking privilege, dude. But that is a privilege to be able to be like, if you want my music, buy the fucking CD, which is
Yeah.
dope. Except for I can't listen to it anymore.
yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? That's the problem now, is I can't listen to your CD anymore. I can't even buy it and burn it into my computer and throw it into my iTunes.
Yeah.
Like, there are
Yeah,
no
I got
CD drivers anymore.
My country playlist, I can't fucking put Friends in Low Places on there. I can put Garth Brooks tribute
Yeah.
Friends in Low. It's fucking not the same, man. God
Yeah.
damn it,
Not
Garth.
even close.
It's like, how am I supposed to have a country party mix without Friends in Low Places, man?
Dude, he's got some bangers, dude. Baton Rouge.
Oh, dude.
Mama Love Papa, or Papa Love Mama. That's a good one.
Thunder Rolls is kind
yeah,
of
that's
the...
what I was
Yeah.
thinking.
That's kind of the cliche one, though.
Such a good song, though.
Fucking Five Finger pissed me off when they covered that.
No, it wasn't. It was All That Remains. I'm pretty
Dude,
sure.
I feel like so many fucking cover rock
Who
bands
covered-
have covered Thunder Rolls.
Look that up. Who covered Thunder Rolls? I'm pretty sure it was Five
Like
Finger Death Punch.
there was like
You might be right,
State
though.
of Mind, I think they're like a country cover, like country rock cover band thing. Like, I don't know, but they do it. Upchurch.
Who did it?
Yeah, it was
All That Remains.
Oh, All
it
the
is right
Remains
there.
did it
Okay.
too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks, buddy.
Oh, no.
You were right. You were right. Thanks, Will. You were right. I thought it was fucking Five Finger Death
That's because
Punch.
Five Finger covers everything.
You're probably right. You're probably right.
So is there a
man.
song out? Oh, Five Finger probably covered it. And they do it well. I love their covers, but they're definitely kind of
Bad Company. That's like their biggest one. Yeah.
Arr, company. Yeah.
It's a good cover. The fucking solo slaps in that
Yeah.
one. Yeah.
When I finally get my solo project up and running, we're gonna do one cover every show, and I'm gonna try to do like 10 or 12, and so we just rotate them out because I don't want to become the band that does that cover.
Yeah,
Because
yeah,
that
yeah,
happened
yeah.
to one of my bands. I was in this band called The Tyrants, and we did a badass cover of Highway to the Danger Zone.
I love that song.
And I was standing in line at the Rock nightclub, and there was these guys behind me looking at the calendar, and they were talking about local bands. And they brought our name up because we were on the calendar, and he's like, "Oh, dude, the Tyrants, dude, that's that band I was telling you about, dude. We got to definitely go to that one." And at first I was like, "Fuck yeah." Like, they're standing right behind me. They don't know I'm here. Like, this is dope. This is like an ego moment, right? And then he goes, "Is that the band that does the Danger Zone cover?" And he goes, "Yeah, dude." Fuck. My fucking stomach just dropped. Because I was like, I don't want to be known. I don't want to be Alien Ant Farm. I don't want
Yeah.
to make it because we kill it on a cover. So when I decided to do this solo project, I was like, we're going to rotate them out.
But
Like,
if you
even
think,
if we crush one, fine. Every 12 shows, we'll play it.
Yeah.
I kind of have a different perspective on that because it's like, I mean, even if you only make it because you had a cover that blew up,
At
like
least you made it.
Yeah, how many fucking bands try to make it with a cover that blow up and don't? You know, it's like,
Well, what was that? What's that? Not Take the
Fair
Name.
enough.
What the hell's that one band called? They that was their thing, was covers.
well, there's a lot of bands like
No,
that.
there's one particular-
one, Our Last Night.
That's what it was. Our
There's
Last Night,
there's another band that is literally just like a copy of Our Last Night called No Resolve.
Oh yeah.
Who and they headlined that one fucking Rock for Vets
Yeah.
one year we did.
Yeah.
So they're
And-
literally a cover band as well.
Yeah, it's literally a cover band. But, you know, they fucking a lot of people show up to their shows and stream their music, you know. It's, you know, big props to them for making it in some way, you know.
Yeah, I don't want to hate on anybody for it. I just wouldn't want that to be my thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Especially for my like solo project.
That's understandable.
You know, like it's not even my solo project, but it's like my baby, like my thing. I'm writing everything.
Yeah.
I got buddies coming in, collaborating, writing parts and shit, but it's like, it's not even a normal band. I don't want that thing to blow up because of a cover, you know?
Yeah.
But then I was like, here's what we'll do. Like when we're in between albums, we'll just do those 12 covers and we'll just put out a cover album like Metallica did, like fucking Guns N' Roses, like the old classic great bands. They did a whole ass fucking record of covers. Like if they're able to do it, why can't we still do it? Why does nobody do that? Why does nobody do an entire album of covers anymore? Except for pop stars.
Well, it kind of goes back to what we were talking about earlier. How come no one does full albums as much anymore? It's like singles. And
Well, you guys
it's
told
either
me
it's
why.
either you do only singles or you put out a record that has 40 songs on it so that you can break streaming records and keep your album in the top 10 artificially. That's what they fucking do.
Yeah, you guys were the first ones that kind of introduced me to this idea that you don't really do an album anymore. You like, and the hybrid of the idea is you drop like a single. This is what I learned from this guy we hired to do some video work for us. You drop a single every 45 days with some sort of video element promoting it and pushing it on different social media sites. And then after you've dropped 4 or 5 singles from that album, then you can release the rest of the album.
Mm-hmm.
And then you hopefully have built some, but then you need to immediately turn around and start right after that. You know, you can't sit and chill on an album for 2 years like you used to be.
No.
Yeah,
that's a weird thing.
Unless you're trying to get like a record deal, like we've found out. So like a lot of times when labels, like they're not only looking at your streaming numbers, they're also looking at like, okay, what do you got in the tank for unreleased music that we can buy from you, basically. So that's kind of a direction that we're trying to go with our new music that we're working on. And so it's like basically like we're trying to like have this whole package ready to go, and then we're going to try to shop it around to some labels, and they're, you know, if they like it, you know, maybe they'll fucking sign us and, you know, give us a $200,000 deal, you know. So that's kind of the dream.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, but what does that come with?
Well, the thing is, it's like it's
that $200,000. Is that an advance that you got to pay back, or is that a signing bonus?
Well, yeah, that'd be the.
How much do
would
they
be.
own? What do they?
Well,
own?
yeah,
What
like
are they
obviously,
actually
like
gonna
we
do?
don't know all the details of what it would be at this
Man,
point,
see, I
but
get
like,
nervous.
but
I get
yeah,
nervous.
like, and obviously they would fucking own that music, right? But you look at it as like a stepping stone, as like this is our chance to get on a big platform that's gonna help grow our brand.
True.
So we do our time, you know, as fucking slaves, basically, and then 3 albums later, or however many, we've got a huge following, and we go back to being independent.
You could absolutely do it exactly like that. You know, Seven Dust did that. They eventually got all their shit back, started their own record label, kept on a humming. You can definitely do it, and that is a good way to look at it for sure, because it ultimately just depends on like, yeah, what your motivations and goals are. And if you're trying to be a full-time musician working in the music industry, actively gigging or recording or producing or engineering,
Yeah, because I think the way
you're gonna have to figure out a way to climb that ladder somehow. And if that's because that's what the point was of a couple different bands I started or was in, is we were like, no, we like doing this, we love this band and this music, but the whole point is we're going to use this as a vehicle to get somewhere else. So we're going to take every opportunity we can to move up. We're not going to ego drive this thing and be like, no, we're not that kind of band. We're going to be like, yep, we'll do it.
Yep.
Because we wanted to, you know, and it worked for the most part. You know, most of us got what we wanted.
Yeah.
I mean, if as long as everybody in the band is on the same page, it's a great plan. Any plan is a great plan as long as everybody in the band is on the same page.
Yeah, that's a good point too. Yeah.
So I'm glad that you guys are very focused and rational and calculated about what you guys are doing. It seems like you guys are really thinking it through.
We're trying. I mean, a lot of that credit, I think, goes to Jesse, too, because he puts in a lot of... I mean, that guy I hate to be his brain because I don't think it ever stops in terms of thinking and doing things, and definitely type A in that regard. But I think it's kind of kept us focused and on track and understanding and thinking about different things and keeping moving forward. So, I mean, a lot of credit's got to go to him in terms of keeping the ship a sail and going in the right direction.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think the way we look at it is that we just, some of us are getting older.
Yeah.
And, we don't really have a lot of time to, fucking fuck around anymore. So it's like, we just got to do what we can, and if we think something's going to give us a better chance, we just got to go for it. So
that exact attitude that's happening, it's like a funneling of your attention. You're becoming more laser focused on your time and what you're trying to do, because it always boils down to time. What we got to try to figure out how to do is truncate all this wisdom, distill it down into things that make sense and are relatable. And we got to start getting the young guys in town that are 20 to 25 years old. We got to get them where you guys are at mentally way earlier in the game. You see what I'm saying?
That's tough,
because
though.
It is tough, but
experience.
It has to happen if we want to see any version of our scene ever come back. If we want to see an industry pop up where people actually make, like a Nashville, like an Austin, it doesn't have to be New York or LA.
Yeah.
Right? We have a big enough city to do it, but we don't have the culture. We don't have the right people saying the right things to the right kids. So there's not a cycle. There's nobody can steadily remain in this industry, in this town for 10, 15 years anymore. If you do something really good, you got to get the fuck out of here. Like you can't make this a real home base anymore. But it's we got to get what you guys are doing and thinking right now. We got to get that mindset into these young guys, because some of these young guys are all about it.
Yeah.
And they're just begging for somebody to show them who to talk to. Get me a show. Fucking some of these young guys eat it up. They're like, yeah, fucking cool. Okay, I got to do this. I got to be here. I got to act like this. I got to do these things. I got to, not be a dick. Okay, cool. Like, it all makes sense. Yep. And they'll do it, but they don't know how to pick up the phone. They're just sitting out there on Facebook or Instagram or whatever social media their age group is on.
Yeah.
If we can figure that out, dude, we can really start doing some shit here. And we need a few new clubs, and we got to get a couple laws changed. Because it's really, really difficult to run a profitable rock and roll club or country club or jazz club. It seems like you can only be profitable if you're fucking doing hip-hop shows. But the problem is that brings, and I'm just going to say it because it's factual, in the city of Minneapolis, when you do a lot of hip-hop shows, so the same reason we don't have dance clubs is you end up with violence. You end up with stabbings and you end up with shootings, and then the city will take your liquor license because you can't do that. And then you can't be profitable. Yeah. And that's why we don't have any good dance clubs or nightclubs. We've only got a couple strip clubs. And that's why we don't have any good rock and roll clubs, especially inside the loop, let alone downtown Minneapolis.
Yeah.
Any good things we have right now are popping up in the suburbs in other counties.
Yeah.
That aren't the Twin Cities.
We just need
I'm
more.
sorry, but it has to be said.
Yeah. More stabbings. That's what we need, right? Fucking
less stabbings.
Oh, okay. Oh, I thought you were like, no, we need the government to not take the license away. We got
less stabbings.
Yeah,
less
that'd be less.
Oh no, I thought you were saying like we should change the law so they don't take the license away when there are stabbings.
That too. We got to do that too.
Okay.
No, it's a lot of taxes. It's a lot of bullshit, dude. Like, it's just impossible, dude. Who wants to go to a bar where you can't fucking smoke? And it's $11 for a shitty beer. You're like, dude, who can afford this?
Yeah, that's another thing why people aren't fucking going to shows. It's like that kind of bullshit, right?
Mm-hmm. It really is.
It's a $100 evening. Your ticket might be $15-20.
Exactly.
But if you want 2 drinks and God forbid something to eat,
and if you're 30, 35, you got a good job, and you're just taking your wife out, yeah, you can afford a $100 to a $200 evening, as often as you want. But imagine being 21, trying to take your girlfriend out, and you work part-time while you're still in college.
Oh, yeah.
How the fuck could you possibly afford to go to a cool underground local music venue and spend $120 like you just said?
Yeah.
You know, because honestly, ticket prices, they also immediately have to go up.
Yeah.
Right? Like, you got to start paying $20 to go to a local show. There's fucking 5 bands or 4 bands usually. That means each band gets $4 or $5, right? And there's 5 members of that band, so each guy gets at best $1. If you're responsible, probably 50 cents.
Yeah.
You know, so you got to think about that. So that each band member got 50 cents per person that showed up tonight.
Yeah.
On a $20 ticket. Like, that's really kind of how it breaks down. So that's why we need 3, 4, 5, 6, 800 people to show up to these shows and then also buy merch. There's not a lot of money going around.
No, it's kind of funny.
know?
It's like, some people think like, oh, you're raising, your ticket prices are kind of high. You're just being greedy. You're trying to make
They
money.
are high,
We ain't
but they
making
need to be
shit.
high. Like,
Yeah.
they have to be high because, like, everything costs a lot of fucking money.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm saying everybody gets 50 cents if it's like a local band bill. Everybody splits everything evenly, which rarely fucking happens. Usually things are tiered. You know what I mean? Like, I rarely pay everybody evenly because why are you going to... The opening band brought 20 people.
Yeah.
The headlining band brought 300 people. We're not paying these bands evenly.
No.
That's an irrational thing. You know, now, granted, if the opening band brings 50 to 100 people and the
story.
headlining band brings 20 people...
There's an argument
I
there.
still have to pay what we agreed to, but next time we book that show, that band's not headlining,
Yeah.
and that band's not opening. You know what I mean? Like, we're gonna do it the right way, but a lot that also doesn't seem to happen a lot. But yeah, I think there's a lot of shit going wrong when it comes to all that stuff. I don't remember why I brought up raising ticket prices, but that does have to happen. Like,
Yeah.
$20 is a reasonable price to go see 4 killer local bands. It's
Yeah, I mean,
super reasonable.
If you break it
Yeah.
down $5 a band, you're gonna have a good time,
Yep.
and
Be right back, guys.
It's like $5 an hour, basically.
Yeah.
Because you get like a 30-40 minute set plus changeovers. So you're paying like $5 an hour to watch great live music.
Yeah.
If all the bands are good. But
Yeah.
this is why it's important. You guys have good equipment. You practice. You rehearse regularly. You spend money on a good recording. Like, you really take it seriously, because this is the value exchange. If you're asking for money from people, you have to provide them. Because here's the thing. If 2 out of the 4 bands absolutely suck, right? Because you wanted to throw your buddy's band on.
yeah.
Okay. But now it's not $5 an hour for 4 hours of great entertainment.
Yeah.
Now it's $5 an hour, and 2 of those hours I don't even want to be there. You know?
And you're kind of stuck there because you want to watch like the second and fourth band, but you don't really want to watch the first one was kind of a
Or
buzzkill.
you want to
and
watch
then
the
you're
first and the fourth.
Yeah,
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. Name your order. But yeah, you nailed it. That's exactly my point.
I mean, and I think that's also kind of a problem. Not really a problem, I'd say, but it just seems like going back to that world entitlement a little bit. I think a lot of younger bands feel they're entitled to more than what they're worth, in the sense that, well,
I do agree with you, but I think there's a flip side to that coin. I want you to keep going, but I want to just plant that seed.
yeah, no, I mean, like, not maybe entitled's the wrong word, but I think they're expecting bigger things than where they're at.
Or what they're putting into it.
Exactly. Yes. Yeah.
They're expecting to sow more or they're expecting to reap more than they're
They're
sowing.
putting in one apple seed and expecting an orchard.
Yeah.
And hell, I was probably guilty of that too when I was younger, because I was just like, I didn't know better. And experience obviously is a lot, but I just think, kind of back to what you were talking about earlier, like there needs to be a boot camp for young musicians, music aside, of things you need to do to be successful, or to push yourself.
What would you include in that boot camp? This metaphorical boot camp?
Metaphorical boot camp, business practices for one.
Like,
you have to
give us some examples.
Budgeting, where you need to spend your money, why you need to spend that money, putting it in the right places. That's a big part of it. Also, social media, and I'm everyone will admit this. I'm the worst person on social media in the band. I'm trying to learn as we go, but it is such a huge thing.
Are you talking about like spending money on Facebook ads or
Facebook ads, or like
whatever.
recordings, or like putting money in the right places to put yourself ahead of the game? Whether that's, getting a good quality recording. Is it better to spend the same amount of money on 10 songs and get an okay recording, or spend the same amount of money on 5 songs and get much better songs? it's just the money aspect is a huge part of pushing success. I'm not saying it's all of it, but you do have to spend money in this and do things right. And in order to do things right, there's like two things you have to do.
It's just like any other business.
It's like any other business, but I think that thought is lost because it's all about the art, man. Sure.
I agree with you 100%, yes.
But it's a business.
It is a business.
Yeah.
And I've said this religiously because I learned this when I was a teenager, learning from some old school cats. They beat this into me when I was a child. I think I was 12, 13, 14, 15 years old when they beat this into me. They said there's more business in the music business than there is music in the music business.
100%.
Period. End of story.
Yeah.
Like, for example, there's more paperwork in the construction business than there is
wood,
actual wood or actual this material.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of shit happening around it to make it happen, even though it is an art. It's not like, when you're a painter. You're a fucking painter, you create a run. If you're lucky, you get it shown in a gallery. If you're really lucky, you actually get people to show up. And if you're super fucking talented and lucky, people actually buy that shit.
Yeah.
But that's not a whole fucking industry. Well, it is a whole industry, but it's very small. There's like 4 things in it. You know what I mean? Like, other than the people that supply you with the things that you make. But like in the music industry, it's the exact opposite. You're running a fucking business, especially in a band scenario where you have multiple people, because it costs more to do the thing, right? So it's not like a comic where you just get to show up and tell jokes into a microphone that they provide.
Yeah.
Like, we have to bring our own gear. And half of these venues nowadays don't have proper PAs.
No.
So if you really
tell
want
me
to
about
sound
it.
or look great, you should really, honestly, and this is what big bands did back in the day. This is the phrase, if you act big, you are big. Where that came from was bands would show up with full PAs and full light systems as if they were a legit headlining band. And they got treated like legit headlining bands because they had roadies, they had lights, they had a PA. So from day one, they were big.
Yeah.
That's what that meant. It didn't mean turn down opportunities and act like you're already famous. Yeah. That's not what that meant. That somehow that got perverted and turned into that. But that has also been lost on this. Like, I've been bringing this up with our band. I was like, we should be able to show up literally anywhere and sound elite.
Yeah.
Now, lights is a luxury, but the sound equipment isn't, which means we should have a badass PA with subs so we could show up on a fucking rooftop and play a show. Honestly, it would be great PR.
Yeah.
Fucking show up on a rooftop.
Like Beatles status when they did that
Fucking
one video up there.
Do it without a permit.
Yeah.
Blast it to downtown Minneapolis. Get arrested. Film the entire thing. And put it on the internet. You'd go viral overnight.
Oh, 2 seconds. Yeah.
But only if your band's actually good. If your songs suck, if you're a brand new band and you guys like have shitty equipment and it sounds like shit, like, when you do that, you have to have multiple drones. You better have fucking top-notch recording equipment. It better sound phenomenal. You guys better be on your fucking game. So you better crush it so you can draw a crowd, like a genuine, organic crowd. Yeah, and then the cops show up because you don't have a fucking permit. You didn't get permission. You get arrested, film it, put the whole thing on the internet.
That kind of reminds me of, remember that first Drowning Pool show where like all of a sudden there was a crowd in the parking lot after the show and we're like, what the hell's going on?
Yeah, there was a fucking band that
they rented out a U-Haul and modified it as a stage.
Dope.
So they were as soon as the Drowning Pool show was over, they start rocking out and there was a good amount of people watching them. They just had a generator, a drum kit. I mean, nothing super fancy, but I was like, this is fucking genius.
Yep.
You know?
Yep.
Yeah, they just set up right outside the venue. People walking out, they're like, "Oh, what's this?" Like, fucking, yeah. I mean, that's super genius idea right there. Yeah.
They drove a long ass ways too. Weren't they from like Cal? No, they weren't.
Were they? I don't.
They were from a ways away.
Did you talk to them?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't talk to them, so.
And if you do want to do big stages and big rooms, we got to spend a lot of money on advertising, like thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars on advertising, but it will come back.
Yeah.
Because if you do it properly with like billboards and flyers and certain news placements, see, I'm also a little wishy-washy on the Facebook ads and that kind of shit, because you can't really equate it yet to an actual turnover of a ticket sale.
Yeah.
Like, it'll tell me how many impressions I get, you know, I can kind of gauge those things, but like, I can't say if I spend $500, I will turn over 5 ticket sales.
Yeah.
I don't know that.
Yeah.
But I do know it with flyers, and you do kind of know it with billboards. There's some very good data on billboards.
Yeah.
You do know it with some print advertising, and you do know it with radio spots. If you can get on a 93X or a KQRS and get them to advertise your show, you know, sometimes that's $1,500. You'd be blown away by how cheap some of this shit is.
Oh, especially nowadays, yeah.
But if you do that properly, and then you do something really cool, like you know, like that Sasanta thing. You guys know what I'm talking about?
Uh-oh.
It was Tool, or it wasn't Tool. It was like a Perfect Circle and Primus, and they had like both bands on the stage at the same time.
Oh, whoa.
And so they would play like a Perfect Circle song, and then and I think Pussifer was there too. And so then they do that, and then they'd turn around and play a Primus song.
Yeah.
And they'd go back and forth. Like, that's fucking cool. You do something like that, and you spend a lot of money to advertise it, even local bands could draw. Like, you'd have to get really good local bands that already draw.
Yeah.
But you could do 1,500 people in a big room. You could totally do something like that. But you got to make it special. You got to make it really, really special.
The other catch to that, too, is you'd have to get venue owners to sign off. They're willing to take the chance on that, too.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's another tough.
Yeah. I mean, it's like what you guys said, though, is you got to have money. You gotta save up money. You gotta be making money. You gotta have somebody who's willing to bankroll this thing. Something's gonna come in, because basically the best way to do it is you just rent the room.
Yeah.
You know, you're like, what's your room fee? $500. Okay, here's your $500. Now we got a sound guy and we got a door guy. That's usually what that covers, right?
Yeah.
So, okay, good. Now we do whatever we want and we take the door.
Yeah.
Now you can start doing some math and figuring that shit out. Because I've seen some really cool, big-time local shows.
Yeah.
Like, and it's not just hip-hop, dude. Like, bands are drawing.
Yeah.
It's just, for some reason, you know, you get these rock and metal bands together, and I don't know, sometimes it's just so hit or miss. And I don't really have it all figured out.
It almost seems like there's a rock and metal scene, but there's not a rock and metal community, if that makes sense.
Or vice versa.
Yeah. Like, for example, my buddy of mine, he lives down in New Mexico. All the bands are tight there. They're like a family. You know what I mean? And I just don't... He tells me stories about shows he's putting on and bands working together on different things and bands helping promote other bands and just the camaraderie that's down there. And I'm jealous because I don't think we have it, at least not at that level. And right now, in the scene that he's in, you could go to a show on a Tuesday night and there will be 100 people there.
Right.
You know, it's like, damn, like, what do we need to do to get... And I think Minnesota, especially in the Minneapolis area, was at that point, like, 10, 15 years ago.
We were, yeah. And that's the thing, yeah.
Yeah.
I think the smoking ban hurt.
Yeah.
I think that was a bad move. I think the taxes on liquor and business operations for nightclubs and bars has made it so expensive that it's really difficult for young people to go out.
Yeah.
And it's made it difficult for, like, parents to go out, people that aren't rich. And it's just so funny to me, and not to get too political about it, but it is political, because it cracks me up how the Democrats in this town specifically pander to poor people. But every time they do these things to protect young people, to protect poor people, to lift somebody up, things get so expensive that only rich people can afford to enjoy this town now.
Yeah.
Like seriously, you can't even run a profitable business in downtown Minneapolis. It's a fucking ghost town. And that's property taxes.
Yeah.
That's property taxes on businesses downtown. And then what really gets fucked is when they can't make... This is a news article. This was a news story on the actual fucking local news. What really gets fucked is when they lose and can't make the nut at the end of the year on business property taxes, they turn around and raise residential property taxes to cover the lost revenue. So now they're literally making it even more expensive to just simply live here.
Yeah.
It's insane. So now it's more expensive to just exist in the same spot. So now I have less money to go spend going out to support these businesses where everything's already, you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, and
it's a negative feedback loop for everybody involved.
Yeah, it's a lose-lose.
From the people that want to go to a show, from the bands that are trying to get paid at a show, to the guys who are booking the show or working at the show or own the venue. Everybody needs to be able to either make or spend money, and right now the government has just got too much of their hand in the cookie jar in this fucking town. And that's why you can go to an Austin or a Nashville, and I don't want to hear about weather, because we used to have it. Right? Detroit had it. Like, there's been good music towns in winter towns. Chicago has had great music scenes that have come and gone based on the talent in that town, and that's a huge fucking city. So we can definitely do it here.
Yeah.
Like, we can definitely do it.
Well, it's been done.
It's been done. Exactly. Yeah. When we were a smaller city. That's the other crazy thing. We're bigger now than we were when we had the thing we're talking about. So it drives me nuts. I gotta figure it out, dude. We gotta. I think we need some new club owners that are gonna do it the right way. But I think we need some laws changed. I think we need some taxes lowered to make it realistic, man.
Yeah.
Because you're not gonna turn a profit every single day, every single show. But that's how the government looks at it. Like, no, you're a business. You have the same expectations as. Why are you chuckling over there?
Nothing.
Why? What's so
I just
funny?
had a funny thought. I was gonna butt in, but you ruined it. Fuck.
Butt in.
It's not gonna happen now.
I ruined it. I ruined it by bringing it up.
Yeah, it's just, I don't know.
Maybe I'll get a chance later.
It's an interesting.
I gotta wait for the right opportunity.
Okay.
No, it's just an interesting time, man. It's like you said, it's a lose-lose for everyone involved right now.
Yeah, it's a negative feedback loop right now.
That's what's right. Yeah.
Like, there's no spot to get in right now and fix. So that's where a law change, a lowering of property taxes, a lowering of operational or business or liquor taxes, something to lower the costs for anybody. Because that's the other thing that they do is they raise the cost of doing all these things, and then the only people who can afford to do it are the huge corporations that come in.
Yeah.
And everybody hates them. Like the biggest capitalists don't even like that.
Yeah.
Like the biggest capitalists are still like, yeah, but I want to go to like a local joint. You know what I mean? That's a small business. And this town has made it incredibly hard to operate any version of a small business. That's why all the legitimate music venues in town are owned by that same LA company that owns fucking First Ave, Fine Line. Amsterdam might be in that group. That might be part of that LA group. I think they are, actually. Look this up. Just go to the First Ave website. Go to firstavenue.com or whatever. It's like first-av.com or some stupid shit. And or go to the Fine Line website. But at the top, there's like a header where you can bounce to different venues. Yeah. It's because they're all owned by the same LA ownership group. Yeah, there it is up there. First Ave, Palace Theater, Fitzgerald Theater, Fine Line, Turf Club. So it's not Amsterdam. It was the Turf Club. Is the one I was thinking.
Amsterdam, not part of this fucking evil cabal of LA
but
clubs.
No, seriously though, because it's like, and honestly, all these fucking clubs kind of suck now. Like, they used to be cool, and now they're all kind of a pain in the ass, right? Like, you can't work with them anymore like you used to be able to. Like, it's really difficult. It's really difficult to work and get into these clubs. You can do it. Like, I probably still know some people, but we don't draw enough to ever do. Maybe we could do 7th Street Entry soon. But that's the thing, is like 7th Street Entry is a great place to go see a concert any day of the week.
Yeah. But
not a local one. Like, it's really tough as a local band to get into 7th Street.
Yeah. Yeah, just because, the name and the prowess behind it, I guess, like, it's tough for local guys.
Yeah.
It's weird. It's weird out there. Like, you can draw, and like, even going downtown, we can draw pretty well, our band, at Day Block. We can't seem to draw for shit at the Skyway Theater. They're both in downtown Minneapolis.
That is an interesting thought. Yeah, I mean,
Like, for real. Like, we played Skyway 2 or 3 times now, and we played...
I feel like Skyway is kind of a weird venue in that it's so, like, I don't know, like, you gotta fucking get in the door, you know, because you're going to see a show, and then go up all the stairs and all the shit, whereas, like, Dayblock, you could be just walking by and be like, oh, what's that? Like, you know, fucking...
That's a good point.
Yeah.
That's a good point, dude.
It's
Very
just,
smart,
it feels
yeah.
so much more, like, isolated in Skyway. So,
Yeah. But then again, they draw these EDM shows there that are crazy.
Oh, yeah, but I think, yeah, that's like a different fucking... I don't know, way of people being aware of shit. You know, those people are a lot more online, I think.
It's weird. There's some marketing disconnect that is happening between Minneapolis local bands in the rock and metal
there'll
scene.
be like, I feel like with EDM shit, there's like, you know, groups of ravers that are like, oh, so-and-so DJ is coming to town, like, we're all having a big fucking group that's going to go to this rave and that kind of shit.
You think so?
Yeah.
Or do you know so?
Well, I mean, I've dated some girls that were adjacent to that scene, and yeah, they have like fucking big groups of people that are like, we're all ravers and we come out in force, that kind of thing. Like,
I'm getting so old that like we played a show at Skyway, and as our show's getting done, there's an EDM show that's starting, and there's just all these like smoking hot young chicks dressed like absolute whores. And
they got their glow sticks.
And my little brother, who is right around Will's age, very young, early 20s, and his girlfriend, and their whole little group that came out to hang out with us, all knew who this EDM person was. Never heard of this chick in my life. And then for 2 weeks after that, I saw ads for this chick. So it was like the algorithm did its thing, but it was after the fact. But yeah, this bitch was selling out fucking some DJ, some EDM chick. I don't know, she sings. I don't even... Sexy Exy or some stupid
that community
shit.
blows my mind because it's just like...
Yo, they draw, man.
They draw, and it's just... And I'm not dismissing the talent of a DJ, like a good DJ.
Oh, I am. I'm absolutely doing that.
But like, there's not a lot...
I mean, I feel like there's a lot of variability.
There's varying degrees.
Yeah, right? Like, there's the guys that fucking push play on a Mac, and then there's the guys that can
fake,
that can literally like beat match and do all this shit in real time. So
yeah, and then
like,
there's another level, which is where I did build some... I'm being sarcastic, but where I did build some genuine respect for DJs is when you're timing loops.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like you're not just hitting play, you're waiting until this one is 2 bars in to start this sample, because if you don't time it exactly perfectly, it doesn't sound right?
Yep.
And like, because I did this once with a bunch of loops and samples, and I like started putting them all together, and I created a really dope-ass little fucking vaporwave song. Like, it was cool as fuck. People gave me a lot of props for it. And when I explained what was happening to one of my producer buddies, he goes, that's what a real DJ does. They beat match, and then they're laying samples, and that's what they do live. That's what the talent is. So yeah, it's there's something there, but I love shitting on DJs though. I love shitting on DJs.
But yeah, the draws they have are just ridiculous, and it just blows, because I don't see the appeal in it. You know what I mean? Like, I go to a show not just to listen to the music, but to experience a performance.
Yeah.
Well, I don't get it. There's just a dude standing
Well, also,
behind
like, half these people are fucking
piss.
blasted on fucking
What's it called?
Molly. Yeah, they're all on fucking Molly, and they, you know, you can say what you want about DJ's talent, but like, they always have a killer light show.
No, their light shows are really on point, and I get that. No, like,
and then the fucking, when they're all on Molly, and then the light show's popping, like, it's just like an experience for these people, right?
Yeah,
it's like a fucking Jesus is coming down, and,
like a legit spiritual
like
experience,
spiritual awakening.
Yeah,
and
like maybe you got to be on Molly to truly enjoy it. And like, I hate dogging on any kind of genre, but that is one genre that I just, to listen to, I understand. To watch a performance of, I just don't quite get, because there is no performance.
Yeah, right.
It's just kind of like, okay, you know.
It's just kind of like a glorified dance party.
Yeah, basically.
Right?
And if that's your thing, that's awesome. I love that. For me, I don't get
Yeah.
the appeal. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like I'm not going to pay $150 to go to a dance party. Like,
But they will.
yeah.
We can't get people to pay $5 to come watch us play, but yet you go to First Ave
Yeah.
and they'll pay $50 to go dance at a rave or whatever. Maybe we need to start selling glow sticks. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, it's just all comes down to fucking how popular are you, right? It's all a popularity contest in the end,
Yeah.
you know?
And the thing is, there's no. I think we're always like searching for like a right answer about what to do next and what to, you know, how to do it. But there is no right answer. Everything changes and evolves all the time. It's like you're guessing 90% of the time anyway that what we're doing is the right thing. You know.
That's where it always goes back to the art, though, right?
Sure.
You should. I mean, as much as we work with the producers and write songs that other people are gonna like, you should be really doing it because that's what you want to listen to.
Oh, for sure.
At the end of the day, right?
Yeah.
Is that what you guys were talking about?
Well, no, we were just kind of touch on a couple things, but no, at the end it was just like we're just kind of talking about how it's funny how people will spend, you know, $150 to go to a rave, and yet we're struggling to get people to pay $10 to come watch a local
right
band show with
Yeah.
actual instruments and.
Well, yeah, I mean, because
know.
it's not really about what is going on where you're paying $150 at. It's about the status of it. It's like, I'm at the fucking Daft Punk show.
Oh, sure.
You know, with all of these other thousands of people, right?
Right.
And so it's just it's not about fucking what you're doing there. It's just about the status of it.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
So those people are never going to want to go to a local band show.
Oh yeah, for sure.
That's a different mindset, but there is a huge group of people, especially now, and I'm talking about young people too. I'm not talking about old people yearning for the old days. I'm talking about young people that are completely not disenfranchised, but like disengaged from the internet because everything's staged, everything's AI, everything sucks. Like, they're just like, this is horrible. They're into Led Zeppelin, they're into Van Halen, they're seriously, they're into old, real shit. And they say that's why. Because it's real. It's not this new fucking, because everything on the internet, like seriously, you'll be on the fucking internet and you'll be being fed content from like 10 or 15 influencers. And if you follow it down the rabbit hole long enough, you'll realize they all live together.
Yep.
So not only is it the same 10 or 15 influencers, they literally all live in a house together and create content together. So every single one of these things are staged now.
Oh yeah.
Like, dude, from that to the OnlyFans shit, like, dude, the Bop House shit, it's wild, bro. And so young people, there's two segments of them. There's the drones, the NPCs, the ones that subscribe to the OnlyFans, the ones that actually think this is good content. And then there's the other half of them, which want nothing to do with that shit anymore. They want to go see fucking people play real live instruments. They want to go find something cool and underground and unique. You know, they're real human beings.
Yeah.
So there is hope for that generation, but the point is, how do we get those people?
Well, a funny thing about the young generation is that another thing is they don't drink, really.
Well, 25% less.
Yeah, it's like quite a bit. Like, they're just not drinking as much.
Yeah,
which is like
eating
people
and smoking weed.
a lot of people
No, I'm
are
serious.
like saying like, "Oh, it's great. They're not drinking. You know, they're gonna have less health problems." But I actually think it might be more of a negative than a positive because it's making them a lot less social.
For sure.
Yeah.
Oh, I think
They're a lot. They might fucking.
Alcohol is the universal
You know,
icebreaker.
they might
Oh, for
not.
sure.
Yeah, they might not die from liver cirrhosis as much when they're in their 50s, but fucking, they might kill themselves when they're 30 because haven't fucking met anybody,
but that only happens from the heavy drinkers anyways, right? So, like, it's probably good they're drinking less because that'll be less heavy drinkers, but we want the casual drinking. It's good for social interactions.
Just social interactions in general with youth. It's like it's painful to watch them try to communicate without using some form of technology. It's like, have a conversation.
Yeah.
And they freeze. They don't know what the hell to do because there's not a screen or a keyboard or something in front of them.
That's the one half. The other half is the exact opposite. Half of them don't even have smartphones.
Yeah.
Half of them are literally like either they have one and they just don't. They're not addicted to it like we are.
But I think that divide was definitely less prevalent 10 years ago, obviously.
Correct. Yep. Because I'm talking about not the youngest generation. I'm talking about the guys like Will's age. What are you, 21 now? Like fucking my brother's 24, 25.
Yeah, I have a little brother. He's 20. He's 23.
Yeah.
Yep.
And some of them are fucking cool, man.
They're
cool.
I would put my brother
They're
in that.
educated. Like, they're fucking, like... So they're called the Zoomers.
Yep.
So they're Gen Z with the wisdom of a boomer. And so they're called Zoomers. So it's like half of Gen Z. And those are called the Zoomers. And they're fucking awesome, dude. They got good taste in music and art. They're not fooled by any of this bullshit that the fucking Democrats or the Republicans are doing. And that they're like, that doesn't make any sense. Like, they get it. They get it. They get all of it, dude. Same thing with all the internet content. They're like, no, it's not good. This sucks. And it's awesome. So I'm sure somebody would have said the same thing about my generation. How old are you guys? I know you're a little bit younger than me.
I'm 33.
Yeah. How old are you? 41. So you're all basically exactly my age.
Yeah.
I'm about to turn 41.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I'm sure people said the same thing about our generation.
Oh, yeah.
You guys were fucking weirdos, man. You guys.
I think we're technically
your
the
whole
same.
generation is weirdos.
We're
dude.
technically all millennials here. I'm pretty sure, but
no, I think I am at the edge. I think you're the next generation.
No,
right?
the millennials started in 81.
Started in 81.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's 81 to 96.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, that sucks for you then, dude. You got lumped in with a bunch of losers. No, the millennials seem like they're like holding on to some of the old traditions.
Well, I mean, the millennials is we're kind of the last generation that wasn't like completely raised on technology, I think.
Right.
Because like even my brother's age, like he was fucking like 4 years old when Facebook came out, right? I was 14. So it's like, at least we had like a little bit of, time to.
We know what encyclopedia is.
We know what it's like to fucking for our parents to be like, get the fuck out of the house for a few hours and go play and don't come home until the siren comes off. Right? Like, and the kids like that, it's just not like it. For kids.
We know
these
how
days,
a library works. We know what encyclopedia is. Like,
we're older than Google.
I remember that at one point in my life, I had to go look up the fucking definition for something in a physical book.
Yeah.
Right? Like, yeah.
Trying to call somewhere, you bust out the yellow pages. It was fucking totally different times. It's kind of funny to think about actually now.
It's pretty fucking wild, dude, because like, granted, video games definitely existed before I was born, because I think they came out in the 70s, like with the Atari and some of that kind of shit.
Yeah.
But dude, like, I remember when the Nintendo came out.
Oh yeah.
Like the original Nintendo. I remember when that came out. It was $100.
You guys would have been 1 year old. 85, I think.
No, in the U.S. it came out later, I think.
I'm pretty sure. When did the Nintendo come out?
U.S., not the U.S. version.
Yeah.
I want to say I was like 5, 6, 7, maybe younger.
I remember the first.
I feel like I was 4 or 5.
Yeah.
I didn't know what a Nintendo was until I was like 4 or 5 because I went over to the neighbor's house and they were playing Mario on it. But yeah, but even then that was like.
When did the NES come out? The NES. That's what we're looking for.
Dude, I still have NES games.
Dude, this guy, he's retro gamer extraordinaire over here. He's Mario Golf expert.
Mario Golf is my shit on N64. That's my happy place. Like anything beyond
80. Oh, in Japan,
is Japan, right?
86.
North America
86.
was 85. Okay.
Was it really 85? Son of a bitch. All right.
Yeah, because my dad.
You know what it was, dude? They re-released it with the Gun and Duck Hunt.
Oh, okay. So
That might
that
have
wasn't
been
the
it.
original.
Right.
Because, like, my dad, he graduated in 86. And he would always talk about when he was, like, a junior, senior in high school, he did something called boosting, which is where he would walk into a store, grab the fucking Nintendo, because they didn't lock them behind cases back then. He'd just grab it, walk out of the store, and, like, no one would stop him or anything. Then he'd come back in without a receipt and say, like, he wanted to take it back and get his money back. That's what he would fucking do.
I'm not sure you should be incriminating your dad here, but that's beside the point.
I
not a felony.
didn't say which dad.
It's not a It's not a felony. It's past the statute of limitations. That's what they used to do at Home Depot.
Yeah.
That's why at Home Depot, Target, pretty much anywhere retail now, when you make a return, you have to show an ID now. If you don't have a receipt, and sometimes even if you have a receipt, you still have to show some form of ID.
Yeah.
And it's literally because of that. It's because people would go into Home Depot, they'd steal shit, and then go back and return it, and then get the cash for it.
Oh, people.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, people. That's the crazy thing, man, is all these oppressive laws, any law that exists that you don't like, it's because somebody exploited that and created a crime. Like, no law has ever been created preemptively. It's
you're like-
always reactionary.
Yeah, and it's almost like, are you upset about it or jealous of it that you didn't think of it first?
Right? A little bit.
Yeah,
a little bit.
like there's a law in Indiana, I believe, where it's illegal to put a scoop of ice cream in your back pocket. I wonder what the fuck somebody did where they were
Right?
like, we gotta make that
What
illegal.
crime
Like,
happened there?
That's probably the weirdest one I've ever heard.
Well, I'm sure you guys have seen those. They got like the weirdest laws per
Yeah,
state. You know what I mean? They're just like, you cannot wear white on a Tuesday in April or you will be arrested.
I know
Yeah.
there's one in Alaska. I think it might have to do with like the native tribes up there, but it's like illegal to stick your tongue out at somebody who caught a bigger fish than you.
Yeah.
Somebody probably
Will-
murdered somebody
Will,
who fucking did
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Some of the weirdest laws in America. One, and I'm making this up, but it was something like this, where it was like, it's illegal to ride a white horse on the east side of the road on Sundays in Cleveland or some shit like that.
yeah,
Like some weird, bizarre shit.
Yeah, those
Llama activities are considered at your own risk in Georgia.
llama activities. I mean, it is Georgia, so they might have a different idea of what
In
activities mean.
Alabama, wearing a fake mustache that causes laughter in church is illegal, according to this website called Run Sensible. The law is likely meant to maintain decorum in a religious space.
I mean, does that mean they don't allow mega churches in Alabama? I don't know.
It's
It is
illegal to
in-
destroy a frog that dies during frog jumping contest.
In California.
That would be a California law.
In Florida, in Tampa, Florida, eating cottage cheese after 6 p.m. on Sundays is illegal. That's so weird, dude. Like why?
It really does make you want to know the backstory. Like there
why?
has to be a legit
who
reason
fucked
as
that
to
up,
why.
dude?
Yeah, who fucked
Who
up?
did some
Somebody
super
had
weird
some-
shit?
Who fucked up
fucking-
nighttime cottage cheese eaters on Sunday?
I
you know?
mean, it had to be somebody who's lactose intolerant, went to some big ass fancy, gathering of some sort with all of high society, ate a bunch of cottage cheese and farted the fucking shit out of this place, stank up the whole joint. And they're like, and then all the state senators were there, so they're like, we're making that illegal.
We're making that illegal. No more butt cheese.
Yeah.
Keep going down, Will. Let's see some more. Yeah, dive deeper with AI. It's illegal for a donkey to sleep in a bathtub after 7 p.m. in Arizona. But
6:59, you're fine.
only
Just get that
after
bitch up before
7
7.
Yeah.
In Kentucky, it's unlawful to sell dyed, as in like colored, ducks, chickens, or rabbits unless they're sold in quantities of 6 or more. That is so fucking weird, dude.
It's like, you're trying to sell me this blue chicken, you better sell me a whole family of them.
Yeah.
In Washington, it's illegal. It's a felony to harass, harm, or kill Bigfoot in Skamania County.
Maybe
I
they
wonder
just,
what
maybe
Joe
they just
Rogan
had
would
too
have to
many.
say about that
They
one.
had too many people like reporting Bigfoot sightings, so they're like, "Oh, Bigfoot sighting. That means you were harassing him, right? You going to jail?"
Jeez.
Yeah.
See, this one I'm kind of down with this shit. Margarine can't be served in restaurants unless it's specifically requested by the customer in the state of Wisconsin. I'm okay with that. But what's up with Kansas? It's illegal to serve wine in teacups?
That's awkward.
Why? Who fucked that up, dude?
Somebody that was trying to fucking drink wine when they weren't supposed to. Obviously, they told the waiter, like, you know, my wife doesn't want me drinking wine, but I'm gonna get my shit on anyway, so I'm bringing it in the teacup.
God, I love
I
that.
bet you're right, dude. I bet you're right. I bet you're right, dude.
And then he got
My wife hates
yeah.
tea and wine. So serve me wine in the teacup.
Let's break some laws.
And then he just gets shit-faced, just belligerent drunk, beats up a waiter, fucking.
All he had was tea. I don't understand.
Oh, my God.
I love that these are laws, though. Like, it kind of makes me happy that something that crazy did happen to justify that law.
Trick-or-treating is restricted for individuals over 14 years old in some cities, and there's
Over
a curfew.
14?
That's super reasonable, though. Like, it should 100% be illegal for you to trick-or-treat once you turn 13. Once you're a teenager, you're too old.
Yeah.
Now you need to be a part of the scare. You know, so you dress up in
sure.
costumes and scare the shit out of kids
That's
that
more
come to your
fun
house.
anyway, I thought. You know?
Way more
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah.
It's way more fun passing out candy.
Can I just say, like, I think they need to figure out something to where they put Halloween on, like, the last Friday or Saturday of October as opposed to the 31st.
I agree with that, too.
Because who wants to go on a Tuesday when you got class, you know, the next... Parents don't want to deal with sugared up kids that are cranky the next morning.
I also
You know?
think we should do that with 4th of July. Move
Yeah,
it
I'm
to
down.
the first
Yeah.
Friday of July.
Any kind of holiday like
Independence Day is just, it's the
Yeah.
4th, but it's
A lot
we
of-
celebrate it on
Yeah.
the first Friday of
that.
July.
We can do it for Thanksgiving. Why can't we do it for the other ones? You know?
Right? It's awesome.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
If 4th of July is always on a Friday, because you're always going to get that Friday off.
Yeah.
Then you can take Thursday off. Now you have a 4-day weekend, and you're only taking one extra vacation day.
Yeah.
Dude, everything would
if
be
we
better.
come up with
Everything would be better.
If we can come up with bullshit laws like this, why can't we do that?
Why can't we
Something
pass
that makes
cool
sense?
laws?
Yeah.
Everything would be better. Like, even retail would be better because they would get more time off because everybody would plan for the weekend.
Yeah.
There would be way last minute bullshit if every year you knew it was the first Friday of, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, so those people can get off work at 4 or 5 o'clock. They're done. They get to go watch fireworks, hang out,
Yeah.
you know? And then Saturday, if they're back to work, who cares? It's not the actual 4th anymore.
Yeah.
You know, it's just the weekend now.
Yeah.
I work Saturdays anyways, or whatever. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Oh man. Get the
Shows
engine.
would be dope
Yeah.
if every year you planned a 4th of July weekend, and every year you could play a show on Friday, 4th of July, or plan a concert for every year, a 4th of July concert, fireworks, outdoor concert. Bro,
Done deal.
that would be fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Sucks when it's on a Tuesday or
Yeah.
Wednesday.
Yeah.
Then you got to
Horrible.
play all like America's greatest hits. You know, you got to play some Toby Keith.
Born in the USA.
Yeah, some Bruce
Gotta
Springsteen,
get the
some
boss on
fucking.
I was just gonna say,
Yeah.
what do you guys listen to on 4th of July when you're not playing a show? You're partying, you're cooking dogs, you're drinking beers, you're out at the beach or the pool. What's on the soundtrack? Do you go cliche America songs? Do you just listen to your favorite music? Like, what's on the playlist? Because America, fuck yeah, live at Red Rocks, where they go into the Neil Diamond song, "I'm coming to America." That gets played multiple times
Yeah.
on 4th of July.
I don't know. I mean, I guess I never really thought about it.
Yeah, I'm not. I don't really have like a 4th of July playlist.
Yeah.
You
I
don't
guess.
build holiday playlists. We all do it for Christmas, but
Everyone's got
Yeah.
a Christmas playlist. Yeah.
Well, that you don't even have to. You just
Halloween sometimes.
fucking look it
Yeah.
up on Spotify or whatever you use, like Christmas playlist.
Yeah, but the 4th of July ones suck.
Yeah, I
They
bet.
are horrible. That's why I brought this up, because I did that, and it was a huge mistake. It ends up playing a bunch of really cheesy, shitty Christian country music that even the biggest country fans are like, dude, this kind of sucks. Can we change this? Like, seriously. Like, one of them every once in a while, fine. A whole playlist of this shit. No one was happy.
No.
Even my grandmother was like, yeah, let's change this. Can you play the America Fuck Yeah song again? She didn't really say that, but she probably wanted to.
I always think of like
The Boss is a good one.
that one, but for some reason I always have Hulk Hogan's old school theme song. I am a real American, fighting for the rights of every dude. So cheesy, so cheeseball.
No, that was a great one though. That's
Yeah.
a great 4th of July song. You're right. That's a great one.
Born in the USA is classic. You know what I mean?
Must
Yeah.
have. Yeah, everyone should immediately add America Fuck Yeah live at Red Rocks with it's the guys from South Park,
Yeah.
dudes from Primus, couple guys. Have you guys seen the concert live?
No.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
I've heard of it, but I haven't seen the clips.
Pull this up. I don't want to play a clip because we'll definitely get flagged, but it's on one of the streaming services. It's either Hulu or
Oh, really?
Amazon Prime or
Live at South Park.
Oh, dude.
Team America. America, fuck yeah. That
yeah,
one?
but like
Yeah.
go to videos and then like
I love that movie. It's one of my
you
favorites.
can find
dude.
the clips of it, but scroll down because I want to know like where is it streamed. You got to scroll down past all this bullshit and you'll see like a where to watch thing.
Me and my friends in college, we had like a month.
Anyways, you can watch it,
countdown
dude.
for
It's honestly a
that movie.
great concert, you guys.
Yeah.
It's a fucking great concert.
Awesome.
So if you got like a good sound bar or a surround sound and a nice TV, like make yourself a cocktail, fucking smoke a little weed, eat a little weed, whatever your little deal is, like you're going to a concert, turn the lights down and actually like pretend you're there. Suspend your disbelief for a little bit.
Dude, I do that at least once a week on the regular. Is just watch a concert on TV. Like I love it. Like just getting in the zone and just like dimming the lights and just kind of embracing. You know, if maybe it's a band I haven't seen before or
It's
one I'm
so
not gonna
hard
see.
to do nowadays.
Yeah.
There's a lot of really good like live stuff on
Yeah.
YouTube. Like there's this one channel called like Caliber TV, I think.
Mm.
The mix that they have on their live shit is so
Yeah.
good. Like yeah, like a lot of bands
Right
that
down
are
there, full show, 25th anniversary, full show. To the left, up, that one. So you might actually finally be able to just watch it on YouTube now, it looks like. But yeah, I found it on one of like Hulu or Amazon Prime. It's an awesome concert. And I think sometimes, especially if you have a really good sound system and you're, like you were saying, just lock in.
Yeah.
I think sometimes watching a concert is better than being there. I know. But here's why. Because you get all the camera angles.
Yeah.
yeah.
You get all the shit you can't possibly absorb when you're just stuck in that one spot. Don't get me wrong. Being there is irreplaceable. But
Well,
there's
here's the-
certain things where it's like,
yeah, it's my thing with
if you could do
concerts
both,
is
would
like
be ideal.
Yeah.
especially if I'm at a concert where there's like multiple bands that I really want to like absorb the experience because I care about them. Like it kind of sucks because I can only really get like maybe one or two full band sets where I don't have my earplugs in and I can just absorb it before like my hearing's just fucking gone, you know, like
Yep.
and it's just kind of mud.
What kind of earplugs do you wear?
I have custom molded ones that are made from All Clear. They're like a local company. That
Are they in-ears?
Yeah, they're in-ear headphones or earplugs, and then I have in-ear monitors made from them too.
Oh,
the
okay.
same mold. But like, yeah, no, like I mean, obviously, like it still sounds decent even with those in, but it's not the same as just going like raw dog
Yeah.
and just getting the fucking full live experience.
Yeah.
But I can only pick really like one band to do that for per concert.
Yeah.
So it's like,
Right.
yeah.
It's like you want to be hurting almost a little bit just from the
Yeah.
sound waves after watching that band. You're like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. That's what I like about the Heroes earplugs is they block out the bad frequencies, let in the good ones, and they probably impede the tone of the music the least. You can get them at Guitar Center. I think they're like $15 or something
Yeah.
like that.
Well, yeah, I used to use those ones.
Yeah.
Like, but yeah, it's still not the
The
same.
customs are not ever, or I'm sorry, the Heroes are never compared to the customs.
Yeah.
But if somebody can't afford the customs, then they're like, yeah, he's right. Well, that's your shortcut is go to Guitar Center, buy a pair of Heroes, and it'll save your ears, but you'll actually kind of enjoy it at the same time. They sound really nice. They're really good.
Oh yeah, that's the added part about watching it on TV. You don't have it completely blasting your face off, and you can enjoy the multiple band experience without having to be like in out. What am I? Am I going to hurt my hearing? Am I not going to hurt my hearing?
Yeah. Yeah, I just try not to stand too close to the stage without earplugs anymore, and I don't really care if it's muffled and sounds like shit. If I'm that close to the stage, I'm not there for tone anyways. I'm there for, feeling my chest quake.
Yes.
I'm there for the bass drops. I'm there for the blast beats or whatever, right? Like, if I really want to hear something sound good, I always go to the back of the room, find that little apex, and then I'll take my earplugs out because usually it's not that bad.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Unless it's fucking U.S. Bank Stadium. You guys seen a show down there?
Oh, yeah.
God, that place sounds like shit.
Yeah. Was not designed for good acoustics.
No, and it's like, Jesus Christ, you guys, it's like, just put some fucking foam up.
Yeah.
Have you been have you been to a game there?
Yeah.
It's even worse than a fucking concert. the game, like, it's
Well, they built it for
moly.
volume, not for sound quality.
Yeah.
I was like, fuck, I need my earplugs more at this game than I do at the concert I saw here. Like,
It was,
Didn't they have Metallica be the first act in that place?
No, there was a country band,
really?
Luke Bryan or something like that.
I thought Metallica was the first band to play there. Or
No.
the first like concert.
Well, I mean, if you wanna say band, like technically, I think you would be right because the first people that played there, it was like a solo guy. It was like Luke Bryan or look it up. Look who was the first artist to play at U.S. Bank Stadium. It wasn't Metallica. Metallica was second, but Metallica was probably the first band. It was supposed to be Prince, but he died.
I just remember as soon as that concert was over, there was my Facebook was flooded with posts of like sound sucks, sound sucks,
it was
sound
Luke
sucks,
Bryan.
sound sucks.
Yeah, it was Luke Bryan was the first, and then but he's a solo artist, right?
Yeah.
So
he doesn't count as a band. Yeah.
Speaking of country, work on our thing soon.
Oh yeah.
Uh-oh. What are we talking about?
We do our own little
You guys gonna start a horny
solo
country
shit. And we were drinking whiskey on his patio the other day, fucking just shooting the shit. And I was like, guys, I want to make a solo country record. And he's like, let's do it. You gotta come after this fucking run of shows. You're gonna come over. and We're gonna work on this country record. So,
I think if nothing else, I think it would be a fun challenge just to try.
Yeah,
just.
I told you I already wrote the first riff for Hillbilly Confessions.
Hillbilly Confessions.
Yeah.
I think these things are also needed to make a great scene. Is these side and solo projects, especially modern day internet shit. Just create a web page, create a fucking social media page, do 2, 3 songs, 5 songs, whatever. Put it out there.
Plus
see what happens. What if it blows up?
Watch that be the thing.
You never know.
Stranger
You never know, dude. You never know.
And plus, as artists, it's just fun to be creative because maybe, like, for example, I'm sure like your band needs to write songs that sounds like you. We need to write songs that sound like us.
Yeah.
But sometimes you just want to dick around and just be like, let's make a deathcore country band song.
Or I write a bunch of shit that doesn't fit.
Yeah.
But I'm like, they're kind of good riffs. What if we just did a quick project?
Yeah.
Call up a couple buddies. Hey, man, I want to start this project real quick. I got 6 songs, probably whittle it down to 3 or 4. Let's do this style. Come at it this way or do whatever you want, whatever. Have that conversation. Just do it, throw it up. It doesn't have to be like, oh, dude, I don't have time for another band. It's like,
No.
I'm not trying to do that. Like, let's just record this thing and put it out there.
And plus, with just the massive advancements in recording technology nowadays, and how quick and easy we're kind of talking about, different, programming drums and stuff like that. But for these kind of projects, they're perfect, and you could just crank stuff out so quick just for funsies, and just like be like, "Yep, this is my jazz, polka, punk rock infusion."
Especially with AI.
Yeah.
Especially with AI. You could like lazily just throw in, like, here's a drum beat, here's the guitar riff, here's some lazy vocals, polish this up, spit it out.
Yeah.
And if people eat it up and they like it, don't even have the AI change it. Just clean it up.
Yeah.
Just make those. I guarantee these programs already exist.
Well, the way I like
And
those
if people
those
eat it up, then just
yeah.
like make sure you can do it live and go on tour.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing with those like AI tools to like generate music and shit is like it always comes up with some janky ass shit, but there might be some like nuggets of gold in there.
Right.
So it's you just take the good parts out and then fill it in with stuff that isn't as bad as the other generated slop that it does. So
People are gonna use AI in some way, shape, or form on all their music in every genre someday.
Yeah.
We talked about this before the podcast. I don't know if it'll be 2050 when this happens, but like maybe you basically got everything done, right? But your guitar player just can't perfectly nail this solo, right? And it's not as easy as editing drums,
Yeah.
right? It's a solo,
Yeah.
right? And he's so close. Someday you're just going to be able to push it into AI and just be like, hey, man, at exactly 2 minutes and 37 seconds, the guitar player makes this mistake. Fix it, you just need to know the prompts, and just tell it what to fix. I know we're almost there already, but I'm just saying this will be a thing, much like auto-tune is now, much like cutting and pasting is now. These things were musical blasphemy back in the day, but they're commonplace now.
Yeah.
You look at a modern-day drum track, and the amount of edits in it are offensive.
It's insane.
But that's the industry standard now. That's just how it's done.
You have to be inhumanly perfect. Well, genre, obviously, you don't want to do it to a jazz guy, but like,
Right.
Anything modern or popular.
Yep.
Like, I was just editing bass. I'm working on a friend's record, and bass player was good, but he just wasn't perfect, because no one is. And like, I felt bad because he was like, he came over one day and he like saw all the edits. He's like, "Am I really that bad?" I'm like, "No, you're not bad. You're just not perfect. No one's perfect. This is just what a common edited bass track looks like."
Exactly. That's a great example. Yeah. And so people are going to use it in some way, shape, or form. And I constantly think about this already. Like I'm obsessed with this. I can't stop thinking about it because I don't use it at all for music, right? I'll use it to like, if I got a report to do or I got to like fucking, not necessarily a resume, but I'm trying to like bullet point something out and make it look really nice and professional.
Yeah.
Whether it's a marketing plan or a booking strategy or whatever, I'll use it for that. Like I'll just type and type and type and type, and then I'll be like, okay, now reorganize this and make it look professional.
Yeah.
That's all I use it for right now, which is probably like the laziest, dumbest way to use AI, but nonetheless, it's going to be a thing. And I just wonder about that, like how much and in what ways are guys going to actually use this? Are they going to do like what we were just joking about? Because you could just basically record it and do everything just be kind of shitty and just have it make it better, quote unquote, without changing anything. It'll just make it better. It'll tighten you up. It'll auto shift. It'll do all the things. Or you could say, hey, I've got this lyric idea and this riff. Write us a song.
Or even beyond that, like you just be like, you don't even have to put.
You can do whatever you want.
You don't even have to put in a musical element. Be like, write me a post-hardcore song in the key of E minor, focused around this subject matter. Go.
Yeah, you can do that already.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Which is bonkers, and it doesn't sound half bad.
Yeah.
So again, what's going to happen right away is, okay, yeah, but I can do that. My autistic 11-year-old neighbor can do that. Okay. Can you actually get on stage and perform that now?
Yeah.
That's what's going to happen, right? So there's going to be people who learn how to work and massage those prompts faster than they can build any actual real world musical skill.
Yeah.
So I think it's ironically, I think it's going to help guys that can actually play these instruments and do these things. In the long run, maybe in the short term, it might fuck some shit up. But like the guys who really stick with it and get really good, and they can just listen to something. Because now with AI, you could be like, now tab that out for me.
Oh, I didn't think about that.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Be like, okay, write that now, tab that out for me. And the guys who actually know how to do their shit can do it.
The Ultimate Guitar app is so fucking useful. Like even now, like they have all the tabs for everything, and like I just did an acoustic cover gig with a couple friends a few weeks ago. Like aside from the Failsafe, there's this kind of local music collective called the MTVs that I'm part of, and like there's like I don't know, like 15 people in this whole collective, and like different groups of people will get together and do like random shows and stuff. But we played at this fucking bar out in the middle of nowhere in Wisconsin, and like our main like front person was this female, like mainly country singer, and she just like a week before like text me like, here's 100 songs that I've led in the last fucking few years or something, and I'm like, I didn't know how to play like probably 90% of these songs, but I just like.
But you knew them, like.
Well, yeah,
you heard them, but you didn't know how to play them. I either
heard them or I listened to them for the first time, and I was like, okay, that's simple enough. And then I just fucking looked up the song on the Ultimate Guitar app. It's got the lyrics and the chords, and like boom, like I've heard the song one time, and now I'm playing the chords, and we're playing it live, like immediately, like.
That's some real pro shit, dude.
Yeah.
That's some real pro shit. That's the equivalent. That's the equivalent of like what those piano players do, where they just sight read.
Yeah. It's basically like
and
sight reading.
And you just give them music. You just here, play this. That's a real piano player. That's a real pianist. You know.
Yeah.
And honestly, that's what you go to Juilliard to learn how to do on any instrument.
Those next level musicians.
You go to Juilliard, you can sight read your instrument in real time to music you've never heard before. Yeah. And it'll be pretty fucking accurate to what it's supposed to be. You know, now if you've got some weird fucking swing and tweaks, things that are written but aren't expressed, and then you might have to break it down and do a couple rehearsals. But nah, man, that's studio musician level shit. Like you can show up in the studio and record fucking Muzak. This doesn't happen anymore. Now you use AI for Muzak, but that's what they used to do. Is they just get a guitar player in, sight read this, and he would just sit there and play it in real time. Boom, and then he'd leave.
Kind of spins off a conversation point that I've had with a couple.
I think it was
people.
Jimmy Page.
Jimmy Page was Juilliard?
No, I think Jimmy Page did fucking sight reading studio work.
Oh,
before he blew up.
Yeah, well, it's a little different with guitar. Like, as far as sight reading, you're either going off of chord charts, or you're just like, okay, I know this progression and I need to play a solo over it, and so I'm just kind of improvising.
In modern day, but I'm saying these motherfuckers were reading actual sheet music.
Yeah, for guitar, that'd be wild. I couldn't imagine reading sheet music.
Drum
guitar.
Sheet music is a pain. Like
well, even that, in drums, you have one way to play each sound, right? Like, unless you have two hi-hats, I guess, but it's like, on guitar, you might have, there's like 3 or 4 different ways to play each note on guitar, so it's like, it just be, I mean, and I guess if you're used to it, it probably makes more sense, but like, just because you know the patterns of how it's going. But like, it just, it feels like guitar doesn't lend itself to normal music notation as well as like piano. For sure. Yeah. Or even drums.
Yeah, piano is a great fundamental to start on. Like I've had like friends, who have kids that are like, I want to learn, they want to learn some sort of instrument. I'm like, if they're not partial to something, I'm always like, start on piano.
I'm going to make my kid do piano whether he wants to or not, because if he ever decides to do any other music going forward, he's already going to have a foundation.
Oh, it's huge.
But regardless of whether he wants to pursue music or not, he or she will have something that will allow them to interpret and understand other things in life.
Oh, yeah.
Just by having that musical, mathematical understanding that there's rhythms and frequencies and things repeat and patterns and rhythm, all that kind of shit. I think it's really good.
There's so much you can learn from piano. I mean, it's one of the few instruments that
I wish I would have done it more.
Yeah, I mean, I'm on the same boat, but it's like one of the few instruments that
I can
stand
fuck around
alone.
on one, but
you know, like it doesn't need accompaniment. A piano
Right.
covers the full spectrum of everything, and it's just such a beautiful instrument. And I mean, I was able to learn because of what I learned from piano. I was able to pick up the drums and the bass and the guitar, and all derived from that instrument. So it's just kind of like it's. Of course, I was a defiant little turd and I never practiced, and I regret every moment of that now because I could be a way more better pianist than I am currently. But that's such a cool instrument. It is such a cool instrument.
You joked about before the podcast that, you know, you're surprised that you're still a drummer because you're more of a bass player than anything else.
Yeah.
So what is your main instrument? Started piano.
Piano was my
but
first.
you didn't take it seriously.
No, because I was 5. You know, I played up until I was about
What'd you call
12.
yourself? A defiant little what?
Defiant little turd.
Oh, okay.
That's kind of my background too. I did the same thing. Started piano when I was 5. Hated it the whole time, and then fucking like quit eventually when I was like 11 or 12.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, would you agree though that it at least taught you like the core fundamentals of like theory and like
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. So started piano when I was 5, and then I picked up guitar, bass, and drums around the same time, like in middle school. Because the piano player in the school's jazz band was way better than I was, and they didn't have a drummer, so I was like, yeah, fuck it, I'll try drums. But no, if I had to rank it, bass is probably my main instrument, and then second is drums.
Now, is that because you like it the most, or is it because you think that's what you're best at?
Yes to both. I mean, I love drumming. Like, don't get me wrong, but I think the one thing that I miss about drumming, or that I lack when I'm behind a kit, is that crowd interaction. I love being able to look into the whites of someone's eyes, or like give them knucks, or like see that I'm connecting with them. When you're behind a kit, you can't barely see the crowd anyway, and when you got your ears in, you can't hear shit anyway. It's like I've asked like Jesse, like, are we doing okay? Because I can't tell half the time behind the kit because I can't see because of the lights, and I can't hear because I got my ears in.
Right.
So I don't even know if people are cheering or booing or whatever the case it is.
Sure.
You know, so I miss being on the stage and being able to get that fan connection, which I can't quite get while drumming, just because I'm buried in the back.
Sure.
You know.
Yeah, I get asked, which one do you prefer? I was like, they're two very different things.
Very different piece.
Because I don't have bass and drums. I have guitar and drums, which is even one step further from the rhythm section.
Yeah.
Right? Like, I'm still a rhythm guitar player. I'm not a great soloist. You know, I can do some solo, like, you know, maybe some ballad style soloing, you know, but I'm not going to get up there and shred and fucking sweep and fucking blah, 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 blah. Like, I'm not good
Some
enough
people like
to do
Caio
that.
exist.
But, you know, my brother gives me shit, my little brother, the younger generation. He always thinks I'm copping out. He goes, don't give me that bullshit. It's different. Tell me which one you like better. And I'm like, I can't. Because it's exactly what you said. When I'm behind the kit, I'm kind of in my own world.
Yeah.
I don't have to. I am performing because I know everybody's watching me, whether they know they're watching me or not. What we're doing back there is so obnoxious between the cymbals, the brass moving and flickering, our body movement, our breathing, our sweating, whether we're enjoying it or not, whether we fuck up or not. We're the offensive line of the band.
Oh, for sure.
It's the most important performer. Even more than the quarterback, even more than the lead singer. Because the rest of these guys can fuck up in improv a little bit. But if we fuck up, actual fuck up, everybody notices.
Oh, yeah.
So it's kind of, in some ways, a relief or a release of responsibility to not have to worry about interacting with the crowd. You just get to lose yourself in the music, in the passion of your instrument, and there's a fitness level with drums, right? So you get into a flow state that is much different than all the other instruments.
Yeah.
And I don't think this ever gets talked about publicly. As drummers, you get into a flow state that no other musician has the ability, because they have to step on pedals, right? Or they have to interact with the crowd, or they have to look people in the eye. Like drummers, especially guys like, looks like those are real glasses.
Oh, no, I'm blind as fuck. Yeah.
Mine, dude, so if we don't have the glasses on, then I really can't fucking see anything.
Yeah.
So you can barely see anything anyways because of the lights and how far away everybody is. If the glasses come off, if I don't have contacts in, then I really can't see shit.
Yeah.
So everything you're saying that you kind of miss should not be misconstrued as a negative, because that is absolutely for a huge percentage of musicians, which is actually a lot of bass players too. A lot of bass players in a band with 2 guitar players and a lead singer, those bass players are kind of chilling in back, hanging out with the drummer.
Yeah.
You know, they're like, we're holding this down back here while those guys are all out there being fucking obnoxious as fuck. You know? Woo, woo.
The beard. And to be honest, if I was playing bass, I'd probably be saying I was missing drums. You know what I mean? So it's just one of those, like, you know, I love them both, and I love them both differently.
Hey, will you pull that curtain back up? I'm sorry, buddy. I left that down. Yeah. Yep. Bring it back to that hook. And then will you spin that fan around and kick that fan so it's bringing fresh air back in here?
You know, because if I was playing bass, I'd probably be like, man, you know, I miss drumming because I miss that flow state and I miss that zone and I miss, you know, so it's, but it really is. I mean, it's not even apples and oranges. It's like sushi and bananas. You know, they're 2 very different things.
Sushi and bananas.
Yeah. They're just 2 very different things that I love to death.
Yeah, and you do them for different reasons.
Oh, totally.
You know, I always talk about, like, drums in many ways is like full penetration sex.
It's primal.
Right.
Yeah.
Whereas guitar in many ways is like making out.
Foreplay. Yeah.
It's very, but like you can't be super aggressive making out.
No.
If you're too aggressive making out, it's not good.
Yeah.
Right? So you can't press the strings super hard because you'll distort your notes.
Yeah.
That kind of shit, right? It's about grace. It's about finesse.
Yeah.
You know, it's almost a romantic instrument.
Oh, 100%.
And I don't care if you're playing nu metal. I don't care if you're playing fucking Eddie Van Halen shit.
Yeah.
It's a finesse instrument.
Oh, totally.
And drums, I'm not saying is not finesse, because the faster you want to play, the lighter you got to play.
Yeah.
You know this.
I am.
You're a drummer. But what I am saying is what you said. It's primal. It's because when you want to, man, if your girl cheated on you that night, bro, I'm probably if my girl cheats on me and I have a gig that night, I'm probably breaking a snare drum.
Oh, I'm breaking heads and cymbals. For
yeah,
sure.
Like I'm going through the snare.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. So I better have a backup.
It's fun to get.
I'm not breaking cymbals, so they're too
That's
expensive.
true.
She's not worth it.
Not worth the brass.
Snare drum's $30.
Yeah, but no, that's I think another one of the big reasons I love drums is because you can get lost in that primal state. I mean, next to the human voice, it is the oldest instrument.
I do agree. It might even be older.
Could be. I mean, I'm sure maybe primates or something like that. We're hitting on them.
We might have been doing some fucking music shit with drums before we were actually singing.
Yeah, and that shit's cool to me.
No, you're still probably right. The human voice is probably still the oldest.
But even still, like second oldest, okay.
Logically, it has to be.
But it's just like I am playing something that is the concept of is thousands of years old.
Right. Yeah.
That's so badass to me. Like I love knowing that and being able to be a part of that.
Yeah, if you want to call the human voice an instrument, it's definitely number one. If you get rid of that because it's not like a physical thing that you touch, it's just in you, then drums is number one.
Yeah.
So however you want to define that, kind of like that thing we were talking about earlier, it's like whatever your definition is, either one of those things is true for sure. I failed to remember that often, that it's basically the oldest instrument.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, obviously it's improved over the years of technology, stuff like that, but you're making a beat, man. It's for something to move and something to feel and from someone to experience. And that offensive line comparison is dead on, because when everything goes right, no one gives a shit about the drummer. Yeah. Second something goes wrong, fucking drummer screwing shit up,
Yep. Yeah, it's one of those things where it's like, because not everybody can be Danny Carey, not everybody can be Neil Peart, right? Not everybody can be a name in a band in this industry. It's just not going to be a thing, right? So unless you're that fucking dope, and as a guitar player, you know, you have your slashes.
Yeah.
Right? I'll make another recent one, not a recent one, but a guy who's everybody's talking about again is you're not a Nuno Betancourt. You know what I mean? You're not one of these elite level guys. It's going to be tough for you to get a signature guitar and a fucking pedal deal and, you know, your own fucking branded this and branded that and blah, 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 blah.
I'm just shitting bricks happy I got a Simmel endorsement finally.
Right? It's tough, dude. Those are huge accomplishments. Congratulations, by the way, dude. It's a big deal, man. It doesn't happen. It doesn't happen often. It doesn't happen to most of us. Dude.
Yeah.
Congratulations to you, brother.
Flash, guitar players, signature series.
Well, yeah, I was talking about drummers though. Like, not everybody can be those named those named drummers. And what was my point of bringing that up though? Like, that's where I lost. Fuck. Fuck.
And I guess the thing is, I know I'll never be, and I'm okay with that. You know, some
Yeah,
people
me
want
too,
to be the best drummer in the world, the best guitar player in the world. I just want to be in a band playing music that people enjoy.
Right, because that's where most of us can possibly get to.
Yeah. I mean, I was having this conversation with someone this was a while ago, but like, we were using Linkin Park as an example. No one in that band is amazing at anything, but cohesively, they are fantastic. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, Linkin Park
they're
is
successful. I hated that band.
they're just more
and
of
I
a...
would say Chester is a great singer.
Yeah.
I don't like him. I didn't like his voice. I didn't like anything he did. But as a real musician who's gone up and down the ladder and seen the greatest of the greats in person, done some cool tour shit like you guys have done now with the Drowning Pool shit. You do a couple more of those things. You play a couple weird, obscure festivals. You'll see the full picture if you already haven't, right? You'll be like, now I understand what that motherfucker's always alluding to. Where it's like, some of these motherfuckers are breathtaking and no one knows who they are.
Yeah.
No one is ever, but this is the greatest drummer of all time. Like, and he's just here in obscurity.
Yeah.
Oh, it's because he's got a drinking problem. Got it. Okay. Right? You start seeing these weird, little things. Fuck, I lost my point again. Jesus Christ, dude.
Linkin Park?
Oh, yeah. Chester was dope.
Yeah.
Chester was dope. Like, I didn't like him, but he was great. He's elite. Top. He's really that guy. He's that good. Yeah. Just not my vibe.
No, and
not me. I didn't like it.
Yeah.
But I will acknowledge the talent. But everybody else, you're right. That rapper, he kind of sucked. Like, the music was mid. You know, that sample, though, from that one song, here's where I built some respect for him. That one song, that do no 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 no.
Oh, yeah.
That sample,
Faint or what? I don't know. I know
that sample,
yeah,
that sample where they pulled that from, and this is kind of going back to that DJ thing. Like, this is where you should have some respect for these guys because it is in art when they do it this way. So they found a weird violin part in an old movie where there's like a crowd and people talking and shit, but they found this little snippet. And then they pitched it up, and then they reversed it, and then so it actually went up, where it goes
Oh yeah,
right. In the actual thing, it's in reverse, so that goes up, right. So then they hit that, and then cut it, and then tripled it. So and it was like, and then you put it to the side, and you're like, okay, that's actually pretty fucking cool. Yeah. So that's kind of going to but I heard that's what that Mike Shinoda did. I heard that's what his whole thing was. He put all that together.
Well, according to all accounts,
so he's a great musician.
Yeah, I mean, according to all accounts, from what I've heard, he doesn't just press space bar. Like, he's actually playing his instruments.
Well,
you know what I mean?
He's the rhythm guitar player too, and the rapper.
No, I'm talking about not Shinoda. No, what's the DJ's name?
Oh, Joe Hahn, he's the DJ.
Yeah.
that
He actually
guy.
plays his stuff versus like just hitting spacebar and acting.
Oh
like
yeah,
he's
well I
playing
saw
things.
they did that.
Oh, like he's hitting
they-
samples.
They did
actually
that.
doing-
Cool.
he's
Yeah,
doing
That's
shit real
cool as
time.
fuck.
They did
That's
the-
cool as fuck. See,
Yeah.
so
That-
I don't like it, but it's awesome.
Yeah.
Go ahead, dude. My
Oh
bad.
yeah, I was saying they did that concert when they unveiled the new singer.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he was like fucking pressing all the buttons
Oh,
for
yeah.
all their samples and shit.
Which I
yeah.
respect because he could easily just be like spacebar,
Yeah.
but he's
Right.
like, "Fuck it, we're gonna do this shit real." I'm like, respect.
So even if you're playing to a click, you're still playing those samples in real
Oh, yeah.
time as if you're a real. That's as cool as it can be,
Yeah.
right? Like, because it's impossible to bring in that many musicians. Okay, we need violinists, we need
Oh yeah.
an orchestra to do this, but they're only coming in for 2 songs. It's like that's an insane production.
Yeah.
It would cost so much money.
Sign it to a pack.
We just got done complaining about how we can't afford $400 concert tickets.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's insane.
But I mean, even back to my original comparison, like you take a band like I don't want to be a famous musician. I want to be in a successful band. If that makes sense.
Sure.
You know, like I don't want to be a I can't think of it, Mike Portnoy. I don't.
Yep,
wanna
that's
be,
another one. Yep.
I want to be a Breaking Benjamin. I want to be Metallica. I want to be.
But could you turn into? Oh, that's a great one. Could you turn into a Lars Ulrich or a Chad Smith, right? Where they became a name because they were such a good drummer / musician
don't think I'm
/
good
businessman, right? Well, here's the thing: Lars is no longer good enough.
No, he's not.
But he did something for a period of time where people and business wise,
Oh,
the
business-wise, yeah.
mind of Lars Ulrich and what he did for Metallica,
Oh.
irreplaceable.
100%.
Metallica is never Metallica without Lars Ulrich. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, I do not disagree at all. That's such
Like him, love him, hate him,
Yeah.
like he's the man.
I think you got a chance of being.
Who's the Lars Ulrich of your band? Is it you? Secretly behind the scenes?
I'm not the business guy.
No,
so-
but you got a lot of the production side of things. So you're more like the Adam D.
I don't know.
Yeah, I guess Adam D. If I had to pick,
Yeah, I
a
don't
little
know.
less of a clown, but
Is Jesse your secret Lars Ulrich?
I would say Jesse probably is.
Yeah, he's definitely the main like go-getter at this point, I think.
Yeah.
What a loser. I'm just kidding. I love you, Jesse.
Try
I know he's
hard-
watching.
Try hard.
I know he's watching. No, Jesse, I got a soft spot in my heart for Jesse because Jesse and I are similar in age, and regardless of what our actual biological age is, our career age is identical. So
Oh no shit.
he was in a band and I was in a band, and we used to stand side by side at venues night after night passing out flyers for our upcoming shows. And him and I would sit there and talk about, hey, how'd you get that show? And he'd be like, oh, I talked to this person. And then, the next week he'd be like, dude, congratulations. How the fuck did you get on that show? I was trying to get, and I'm like, talk to this dude, and then like, I don't even think it was originally the Phoenix philosophy. I think it turned into the Phoenix philosophy, but I can't remember. Maybe I'm wrong. He's coming on next week, so he'll be able to clear this up. But yeah, it's just like he's one of those dudes who was right there, side by side, doing the same shit I was doing, and it's paying off. Probably because he's a better person. Probably easier to get along with.
That's debatable. That fucker. I love Jesse too, but man, that guy knows how to pick at me under my skin.
What does he do?
Oh, he just little shit that
Is
he
it
does.
shit like it's not good enough, or is it
No. It's stuff like
we can do better?
no, not even stuff like that. Just like, God, how do I explain our relationship? It's like
Because I remember Howard from Killswitch saying something similar about Adam D. He's like, "There's days I want to throw this microphone at his face."
oh, for sure, for sure. Like, do you remember that cartoon show where there's an old school cartoon where there's like this big bulldog and there was this little dog next to him? Was like, "Hey, Spike, what's going on, Spike? What are you doing, Spike? What's going on today, Spike? How you doing, Spike?" That's fucking me and Jesse. Like, when we're in the, like, I'm so glad that he doesn't ride shotgun anymore in the vehicle, because there was times I'm just like, I want to hug you and beat you right now all at the same time. But that's, to me, is the best way to describe that relationship is I'm the big dog and he's the little dog. Just like, hey, just poking the bear. Poking the bear.
That's awesome.
And I love him, and I love him for it.
I always say this, though. Find me a band that gets along perfectly and never fights, and I will find you a band that makes shitty music. You can't create fire without a little friction.
Oh, yeah.
So bands that make good music, they got a little bit of fucking, they get along, their brothers, their family, but, like, they fight, they argue, like, because things matter. People are passionate, they're fucking talented. They believe in what they're doing. Like, if everybody just always rolls over, then nobody's fighting for a good idea.
Yeah.
And that's when good ideas die.
Yeah.
Is when nobody fights for them.
I think me and Jesse have only had one blowout.
I got a weird question for you. This is an old school question I used to ask at the beginning of the podcast. How many of each other's dicks have you seen?
I don't think I've seen anyone's.
Oh,
yeah,
you guys are fucked.
I don't
you
think
guys are fucked. You guys are fucked. The formula is the more you guys have seen each other's dicks, the longer your future will last.
Well, I think part of the problem is because every time we're on tour or playing shows, Heather is with us, Jesse's wife, who's a godsend, by the way. But I think that definitely kind of negates the opportunity of said penile spotting.
Yeah, she keeps us on our toes.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're doomed. You guys are doomed.
Well, shit. All right.
Oh, it's been a good run, Chad.
Sorry, Kyle.
Yeah.
Time to start that country.
Fun while it lasted.
Yeah.
yeah, I've been wanting to start the Kyle Thompson project
Kyle
anyway.
Thompson project.
That really was a thing, though. Is back in the day when we would live on the road with each other, like it was inevitable that you accidentally seen everybody's dicks at some point in time. And then you become like really tight, like a football team.
Yeah.
And then you just don't care anymore.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
well, it's like being in a band is like you're married to however many people are in your band.
Yeah.
How often have you accidentally walked on your significant other going to the bath? It's going to happen. It's going to happen.
That's why you get more than one bathroom in the house.
Well, yeah.
yeah, it was always on the road, though.
Future advice.
Or you just don't care and crap with the door open and be like, all right, this is happening.
The funny thing is always when the guy used to be jacked and then he stopped working out and got fat. That was always the best. So, like, we used to look at this guy and we'd be like, God damn, we need to work out more. And then all of a sudden one day he takes off his shirt and we're like, you're fat.
Well, yeah, you
never
gotta
wants to get naked in front of the band again.
you gotta fucking eat the calories.
You gotta poop it, dude.
You gotta eat the calories to get the muscle. Like, you can't, and then you gotta bulk and cut,
The
can't
dirty
do
bulk?
it all.
The dirty
The
bulk?
dirty. That's what
Okay, Mac.
we do on tour, right? That's how I justify all my fucking Andy Caps, cheddar fries. And
Kyle is probably the most
I
in
lose
shape.
weight on the road.
Dude, Kyle's the most in shape of all of us, and he probably eats the most snacks and just garbage comparatively. Like, he's always got his...
Do you do a lot of, like, twitching? Like, do you sit there and, like, do you twitch your leg when you're just, like, hanging out doing stuff? Like, right now, are you twitching one of your legs?
No, well, I mean, it depends on how much caffeine I've had, I guess.
Because that shit burns calories, believe it or not.
Oh, yeah.
Like, just
yeah.
sitting there hanging out, and you're just... That guy who, like, his leg is moving, that's burning legit calories throughout the... No,
Yeah.
no bullshit. There's real studies on this. Like, Eric Kai should be coming back on soon. I know we talked about this back in the day, but on the podcast once, but we'll talk about it again. But yeah, he's a fitness trainer, and he was talking about shit like that. Those guys, those skinny guys that are always twitching, that's part of the reason why. Like, it's literally like just doing that while you're sitting working, doing your thing. You just twitch that right leg, then you twitch the left leg. You're not gonna like burn fat, but you're burning calories.
Yeah.
For sure.
That's physical movement. I mean, any kind of physical movement's going to cause...
But you don't do
calorie
any
burn.
weird shit like that?
I mean, sometimes I'll twit, but it's more like if I just fucking like downed a monster or something, I'll be doing that.
Okay,
But it's
just
like
a little over caffeinated.
yeah, right. It's not just like I'm like all the time, fucking.
How'd that go?
Well, your snacks, what are you eating for snacks? You doing like beef jerky and almonds, or are you eating like fucking
And I
Doritos
do
and
eat a lot.
fucking
Yeah,
cheese
I do eat a
puffs?
lot of beef jerky, but yeah,
That's
like
a staple.
fucking. I mean, I probably don't do it as much, but yeah, like years ago, I used to just eat fucking just like mini donuts. And
You still eat the mini donuts. You always got a bag of Hostess donuts.
it's been a couple years, I think, since I've done the donuts.
Has it really been?
Yeah.
Oh, I just remember look. If I ever wanted a donut,
Yeah.
I just had to ask Caio.
Well, he's
'cause he always had
33
the-
now.
Yeah,
He's
well.
33 now. He has to start being an actual adult and
Yeah.
worry about what he's actually eating.
Those cheddar fry things. What Caps
Yeah.
cheddar fries? What are those called? Those are
Yeah,
pretty good.
Andy Caps.
Yeah.
Those are like ones that you only buy at the gas station.
Yeah, I actually lose weight when I go on the road. No
Really?
bullshit. Yeah, there's something in Minnesota that like inflames my guts and my sinuses. And the moment I leave the state of Minnesota, every single time, the moment I leave the state of Minnesota, my sinuses open up. I can breathe clearly. Within 2 to 3 days, I lose maybe an inch off my waistline. No weight. I don't lose any weight. It's all inflammation.
Oh, whoa.
And then I somehow subconsciously, when I'm on the road, I'm very health conscious. I don't understand it. When I'm home, I eat chocolate and garbage all the time. But for some reason, when I go on vacation, when I go on tour, I go very smart. Beef jerky, almonds, fruit, like clean meat, so I'm not eating like the fucking shitty salami.
Yeah.
I know ham is not the cleanest meat, but it's not a processed meat.
Yeah.
So I'll go for the ham on the board. Like, I'm really weird, dude. I don't understand it. I don't know where I got it from. I don't know how it became a thing. But every single time we go on vacation and every single time I've ever gone on the road, I eat way healthier and I lose weight. I come home clean and healthy. And then within 2-3 weeks, I feel like shit again. I gotta get the fuck out of this place. Dude.
Yeah.
There's
Props to
something
you, I
here.
guess.
It's
For
a
me,
giant swamp. It makes makes perfect sense to me.
Yeah, I
Minnesota is a swamp.
I drink like a fish at shows and fucking I'm just eating garbage from gas stations. Like it's not healthy for me. Sleep like 5 hours a night if I'm lucky.
I also think that has a lot to do with it.
Oh, yeah.
I think
Yeah.
you're burning a lot of calories. You're not getting the best sleep. So I think that has a lot to do with it. But then you look at all the rich guys, the successful guys, they get fat when they go on the road.
Oh yeah.
Oh, because they got their tour vans and everything.
Yeah, they're not
Everything's
fucking
catered to them. And
hauling 100-pound racks and shit everywhere like we
Yeah.
are. Like
Yeah. You guys got roadies yet?
hell no,
Why not?
Nope.
because you gotta pay them, and we can't afford that shit.
Not only do we have to pay the roadies, we have to pay for a vehicle for the roadies. Like,
Yeah.
fucking
But you guys are getting to the age where you need to start thinking about it because you need to start thinking about your backs. You need to
Yeah.
start. It's going to start becoming a thing where it's not risking getting injured. It can ruin your whole tour.
Yeah.
Not to fucking like be a downer, but it is something you should start thinking about. So what you want to do is you want to find younger guys that you don't have to necessarily pay, but you take care of them, right? So they get a small per diem, just
Yeah.
like any other band member. They get food, they get lodging, but what they're doing is they're in that not shitty local band, but they're in that very like they got a lot to learn, but they have potential local band come out on tour with us, and we'll. And again, you're fostering connections. You're helping this guy meet people and do things the right way. And then, as long as he's not a selfish prick, he actually gives those things back to the community. And when he comes back into town, his band starts doing well and blows up.
Yeah.
He brings up the next guy.
I mean,
'Cause,
I'm
yeah,
not
it's-
opposed. It's,
it's-
almost like an internship.
It's a positive
kind of a weird
feedback.
way.
It is. It
Yeah.
is. It's a positive feedback loop, though, because everybody's getting something out of it, and
Yeah.
it's transparent. As long as you're not bullshitting these guys, as long as you're not spinning them a fucking a false piece of yarn, if you're not Rumpelstiltskin them, Rumpelstiltskin.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not opposed. I think it'd be kind of nice to have someone.
well, yeah. I mean, yeah. If
We
we,
just don't
if
have the
we
room in the
yeah, if we
vehicle.
if we get a
That is a thing.
If we get a
It is thing.
dedicated-
Scalability, you got to scale.
dedicated van vehicle that can actually hold more than 5 people, then yeah.
So you got one giant vehicle with the gear, or do you guys have a trailer?
I bum a friend's trailer. We got a guy.
6x10 or a 5x8?
What is it? 5x8?
Yeah, it's something
I
like
think it's a
that.
5x8.
It's it's
And
not,
then you got
it's
an
not a big
SUV?
trailer.
I have a truck, but it's like an extended cab truck.
So basically an SUV,
SUV, yeah.
with a cab.
Yeah, so we just throw all of our
I mean,
luggage.
with a box.
Yeah, we throw all of our luggage in the back of the truck, and then the trailers just got gear and merch, and then it was kind of I don't want to say it was like embarrassing, but like when we first pulled up to like the Drowning Pool tour, there was like Drowning Pool's bus, and then a Killer's Confession swanky rig, and then Above Snakes had the swanky thing, and here I am, my little pickup truck with my trailer. Hi guys, I'm here for the show. You know, it was kind of like, oh,
That's
shit.
how, babe, everybody starts there.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, and that's, dude, I used to get off on that. I remember pulling up in the shitty rig.
Yeah.
And if you're cool as fuck, you know, you'd fucking hang out with the big bands, and they'd be like, I remember when we were there, man. And they'd come hang out in your van. Like, because we always had a van or like a Suburban or a minivan or something. So we always had a couple extra seats. That's why I was like kind of confused at first. I was like, you're not that big of a band. Like, how are you out of room? But okay, if you're in
it's
a tight, yeah, I get it. And then that's what you're saying, another vehicle.
Yeah.
Right? That's double the fuel cost. Right? I mean, maybe not double because you're not hauling in that second vehicle. You get a little fucking Toyota Corolla
if we
or
had
something.
like just like one extra guy who could like be sort of the roadie and then also help Heather with the merch stand.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty nice.
Heather's on tour with you guys a lot too.
Oh yeah.
So that's where you're losing the seat because she acts as your tour manager basically. Then
Basically.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Or
Well,
light
well,
manager.
she's like our merch person,
right.
and then Jesse on the Drowning Pool tour, he was the tour manager, acting tour manager.
But that's
whatever you
another
wanna call
thing.
it. But
like
yeah.
eventually you're gonna have a tour manager. Then
Yep.
when you really hit the next level, then you need a merch manager. So a person who, it's a real dude. Have you ever worked merch for like a big time national act?
I haven't, but a friend of mine, that's what she does for
Yeah.
a living. She's a merch manager for all kinds of crazy stuff.
Bro, I did it for a comedy act one night.
Yeah.
Homie, it's a legit real job.
Oh, for sure.
Holy fucking shit. I have never worked harder in 6 hours in my life. Now, granted, I made like literally $850. Like, I got paid very, very well. It was like $25 an hour, plus you get a cut of everything you sell.
Yeah.
Bro, it was awesome. But holy shit, did we work hard. And there was me, one other girl, and then the merch manager. Bro, that's a whole ass thing.
Oh, yeah.
And then you've got the actual tour manager, and then you've got at least one, maybe two roadies. Because honestly, the drum tech the drummer should probably have his own tech. And then you could probably get away with one, in the beginning, you could get away with one tech that could do all the string instruments. So both guitar players and the bass player. You could probably get away with that. But right there, you've got 3 crew.
Yeah.
That's not even a sound guy or a light guy, which is now 5 fucking people. So where I'm going with this is going back to what we were talking about earlier is that I need $20.
Yeah.
I need $30. I need $40. Dude, it's to scale these things and give people the production quality that they want. Plus, like you just mentioned, now we got a second vehicle, so our fuel costs are higher. Plus, we're going to bring our own PA and our own light system so we can really give you a great show, right? So now that's a second trailer. So now we really are doubling our fuel costs. Like, yeah, that's why ticket prices go up. It's fucking crazy, man.
Yeah. So I mean, it makes sense. I mean, yes, ticket prices go up, but then I still think there's some people that are just fucking astronomical in what they're asking.
Oh, for sure, because they're not bringing a value.
Yeah.
They're not doing what we just said. They're just charging more because they think they're that good.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, one of your bands is good enough for a $25, $30 ticket, but the other 3 bands suck, or 2 of them are death metal. And I'm not talking shit about death metal. I'm just saying, like, the random hypothetical person I'm making up isn't interested in 2 death metal bands.
Yeah.
You know? Like, it's just... Because Minneapolis is absolutely still very much a metal town.
Yeah.
And so when you want to draw people, it's hard to throw on some of these super heavy bands. It's just hard. Because unless they bring 100 people, oftentimes they chase away a huge group of people.
Kind of funny. We've been the opposite on a few bills. I remember where they were like death metal or hardcore metal bills, and we're on them, and we're turning people away because we're the soft. It was kind of funny. I was like, we don't belong here. No one's gonna watch us, and sure as shit, that's what happened.
You know, and we talk about this on the podcast a lot about like, we'll book 4 bands from 4 different genres. Yes, but only if those 4 bands have 100 people that are diehards that will come out and see them.
Yeah.
Because now you have 400 people in a room.
Yeah.
That's the only way that's going to happen.
And I don't care if all 400 watch me because they still paid for a ticket and we're getting money from that. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So it's like, fuck
exactly.
it,
And some of them will stick around.
Yeah. No.
Like, it's just how it works. Like, you will get some crossover exposure. That's the whole point of doing that. Because I also agree that you shouldn't do 4 metal bands anymore. It's just like, okay, the metal show, like, we've done this. We've seen those 4 bands together 3 times over the last 3 years. Like, we don't need to do it again. It's, you know what I mean? Like, so it's an art, but it can be done. Like, we did it at Dayblock with the Heed the Warning guys. They did their CD release thing. They invited us on the bill. We brought Cass Sinatra, and then they had another opening band, and every band drew. Every band, it was a nice crowd down there. It was really enjoyable for every band. Every band got exposure to new fans. It was mutually beneficial. Like, every single band benefited from that bill. If you can pull that off every time, fucking start a club.
Yeah.
What time is it, dude? It feels like it's getting pretty late. Yeah, let's wrap this up, dude.
Yeah.
So, anything else you guys want to talk about before we fucking plug the show and get the fuck out of here?
I mean, just a thank you to people watching. And if you have heard of us before and you're supporting, thank you. If you've never heard of us and you're going to check us out, thank you. You know, every little bit goes, you know...
Into the mic.
Oh, sorry. Every little bit goes a long way, so if you're heard of us before, you're awesome. If you're just hearing us now, you're just as awesome, and we appreciate all you because you're allowing us to chase this crazy-ass dream that we're still trying to achieve.
Yeah, thanks everyone for listening, and basically just echoing what Chad said. He fucking stole my thunder here, man. God damn it, Chad. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, we've got a big show that, you know, Jared's gonna do a great job of plugging here, but we're also playing a couple more shows this weekend. We've got Thursday night in Rockford, Illinois at Whiskey's Roadhouse, supporting Silent Theory. It's already been sold out online, but there's still going to be a few tickets at the door, so if you get there early and get in line, you might be able to squeeze into that one. And then we're playing Rockfest this Friday in Cadott, Wisconsin. So that's going to be a pretty big rager. We got 3 sets we're playing in between the big headlining acts, so you'll have 3 chances to hear our 60-minute set.
Yeah, there's no excuse because there's 3 chances, so you guys better be there.
So be there or be square.
And then this Saturday, we are playing all together at the Amsterdam. There's a link in this video. If you guys are watching on YouTube, go to the description. There's a link in there for tickets. And then the Montoya Machine, we are also opening for Silver Tongue July 30th, which is Wednesday night at Club Underground. That's a national band coming through town. We're opening that show. We might play second, apparently. Who knows? Who knows what's happening? But we're doing a thing with a national band called Silver Tongue. That link is not in the description yet, like in real time, but it will be there later tonight. So come check us out this Saturday with the homies, man. I'm super excited. And then Jesse and Devin, I think Devin, definitely Jesse, but I think Jesse and Devin are coming on the podcast Tuesday after the show. So we're going to be able to do a recap, talk about that. So that's next week. Like, subscribe, make sure you help us. We did pass 500 subs, but now we got to get the watch time up so we can monetize the podcast. So like, subscribe, watch the podcast, go back, watch old episodes, help us get our watch hours up so we can monetize the podcast. That's going to help get these producers some money in their pocket because everything goes in their pocket, 100% of it, until we hit 1,000 subs and we hit the real monetization level. And then we're going to get these guys paid like a real fucking employee. So like, subscribe, do the whole thing. Follow us. Come to the show on Saturday, and
Do it.
we'll see you there. All right, get us out of here.